We are back. Day 2 of ACC Media Days, live from the Hilton Charlotte Uptown. Jalen, there's a lot of crazy events that happened yesterday. We saw the commissioner speak at the forum. What is your overall thought after day 1 of ACC Media Days? We got a loaded slate for everybody today. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Overall, take what you said.
Yeah.
Young fellows has some messages. He has some points to prove. Clearly sent that out. They know all the statistics and everything about the ACC and how he's trying to prove like they're worthy of being mentioned in the upper echelon conferences. Like to where most people include the Big Ten, the SEC as the upper echelon conferences. Really, he thinks the ACC deserves some recognition, and I think they do. And what he brought up did try to that. And then you look at tiebreaker. That was a really good takeaway. Just so we don't get in no sticky situation. What you said yesterday that basically what he said was Duke wouldn't.
I don't think that'll happen again. Because it was a crazy tiebreaker scenario. It was a bunch of teams like. Be careful when you do that because that train might unplug that train. Go ahead though. Go ahead. Yeah. So yes, the tiebreaker scenario I think is a fantastic move. Like I said yesterday, if you're the ACC, if you're the Big 12, your best opportunity of getting more than one team in is 2. I don't think it's 3. I don't think we'll see a season where it's 3. So if you look at one dominant team like the 2024 scenario for the ACC, and I'm not sure if there'll be a year we'll see 2 in the ACC and 2 in the Big 12. I think that's just where we are. So when you start to look at strength of record and strength of schedule, I think it just matters way too much.
Yeah. But that too was pretty good. For the most part, we just talked to young fellows. We got to talk to you got to talk to David Epps. I got to talk to Tom Luganville. That was really good. Got some good interviews and everything. I could tell David Epps really enjoyed what you were asking. Yeah, but we didn't really today we're talking with more players. Gonna be interacting with more players, more coaches. I know. Is it me or you that's talking to Rich Clark?
You're talking to Rich Clark.
Okay. And then you're talking to the director.
Scott. Yeah. So no, it's Scottie Rodgers at 9:30, and then Mr. Rich Clark. He was just behind us. He'll be here at 9:50.
Yeah.
So it's literally back to back. Yeah. So we locked and loaded. We got a three hour slate for everybody.
10:30. And then I got another interview like 11.
Yeah. It's just check the message.
Yep. Because I know I scheduled the 2 early one. So I'm just going ahead and get mine out.
Nah, I feel that. So I'm excited about day 2. We got a lot of marvelous teams here for day 2. It's a lot of reason to be excited. Radio Row is locked and loaded. Me and Jalen had this discussion yesterday. I feel like it hasn't been this many people at ACC Media Days in a very long time. Radio Row wasn't this crowded this year. I don't think the auditoriums or the breakout room was as crowded as they are this year. So when Commissioner Phillips says, hey, viewership is up 68%, believe him because you can see it. You know what I'm saying? The fruit of the seeds that have been sown during this 5-year tenure, you can see it 100%. So Scottie Rodgers is somebody we had an opportunity to talk to last year at Big 12 Media Days. When I tell you that this guy is a treat, he's so knowledgeable, his understanding of the game, and when you get to talk to these execs who have to run bowl games, and Cotton Bowl has 2 major events every year. They have it may even be 3. I don't know if Red River Rivalry is played there, but they have the Big 12 championship, and then they have their college football playoff matchup. To me, when we look at this roster that we've assimilated, when you get to talk to Scottie Rodgers, and who is the VP of Communications for the Cotton Bowl, then you get to talk to Rich Clark, who is the executive director of the college football playoff. Expansion is in the air. We all want to know, the answers to so many of our questions.
Mentioned that yesterday. He was like, I think it was 16 teams. I think he said be perfect. He wouldn't mind 24, basically. Also.
Yeah, I think Jim Phillips is in one of those positions where, all right, we want 24. We want more opportunities. We want more teams to have the ability to get into the college football playoff.
Yep.
That's 1,000% what we want. And I think you also got to look at relationships because this is not just about what the commissioners want, what the board of governors, the ADs, and the teams want. it's also the TV networks. What
Yeah.
do the TV networks want? I think that's something else we need to evaluate as well.
Yeah, and so your interview with Scottie Rodgers is about like what, 19 minutes away.
Yeah, it's about 19 minutes away. I'm excited to talk to him. He's going to be early. He's an early type of guy. You'll see him here with his backpack on, and he travels to as many media days as we do. We seen him last year at Big 12. We seen him at ACC. We seen him at American. I would imagine we're going to see him at SEC, and we're going to see him at the American Media Days as well. So,
Is there any,
go ahead.
is there any topics you like looking forward to, like touching up on since
Well,
last year?
The beautiful thing about interviewing Mr. Rodgers is like, interviewing Mr. Rodgers. That's the only way that I can explain it. Like, but when you had a conversation with somebody before, we talking off the record a lot too. Like that's the thing. Like he was just excited to see us working and see Mr. Bill O'Brien, Coach Bill O'Brien walking past us right now. Huh? How's it going, brother? It's just really exciting to be here. I'm sorry, you see so many players get a little distracted. My apologies. So what I would like to talk. What'd you say? There he is. The man, the myth, the legend. Dabo Sweeney's in the building as well. So what I would like to talk to him about is really just how he's been this past year, and then what phase they are in, getting ready for the bowl games that are coming up this upcoming season. So that's really what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I ain't had no other questions.
Okay. So, just really excited for the day. Radio Row is locked and loaded. Kind of a stark disparity between what happened last year and what's happening this year. I don't know if you wanted to discuss it, but we can. Last year, remember, we're not going to mention the team because that person's in earshot. Pulled up. Radio Row was there.
Yeah.
This year, they're here.
They're here.
So,
man, what a difference of 75 record makers. I think they're Hollywood. 75.
I preach to the choir. So,
and they got whooped in the first round. They did,
I don't agree with that. That was a close game, brother.
It wasn't that, man. Texas dominated that game.
Yeah, they did. They did.
I feel like the team we talking about couldn't stop them.
Yeah, but also.
Now don't be wrong on that. Now the team we talking about was cool.
Yeah, they put up points in the end, right?
Yeah.
So talk to me about some of your expectations of today. We talked about yesterday. Talk to me about some of your expectations for today.
So today, I get to talk to Rich Clark. I get to talk to I won't try to pronounce the last name, but I don't know his last name. Antoine. Then you got Demetres, Samuel Jr. I think you got Angeli. You got Steve Angeli.
Excited for that conversation.
Yep. Did we talk to any Syracuse players last year?
Yeah, we talked to all of them.
All of them? Okay.
Except for Coach Fran Brown. So Syracuse has been really nice to us. Cal, we talked to all of their players last year as well.
I remember that.
So here's
well.
who's on today's slate on the main stage. We got Virginia Tech from 10 to 10:30. We got Louisville from 11 to 11:30. Expectations are through the roof for Louisville this year. I think for Virginia Tech as well. Syracuse from 12 to 12:30.
Virginia Tech is flying under that radar. Like people are aware that they could be good, but people aren't going out the way to be like, oh yeah, potential ACC championship team.
I think I
think they can be.
I don't think I could have said it better myself, brother. I agree with you 100%. We got BC Eagles. Shout out to my dog Nino. They in the building. Georgia Tech from 1 to 1:30 on the main stage. Georgia Tech from 2 to 2:30. Clemson from 3 to 3:30 on the main stage. And as we were just saying, Dabo Sweeney is literally a couple of Radio Row stations away from us. So out of all the teams I listed today, who are you most excited to see, to greet? It's Syracuse for sure for me. Just because of the bias, but other than Syracuse, we'll exclude them. Who are you most excited to see today?
I'll say Virginia Tech. I'm excited to hear what James Franklin got to say, just because James Franklin is coming from Penn State. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have high expectations like he did last year. Or, the year before at Penn State, of course.
No. Last year, the expectations was through the roof. Like, when you looked at the rosters that Clemson had last year, Penn State had last year, come on, the expectations, I had them 1 and 2, I think, in my top 25 last year.
And then you look at like I'm just interested to see what he gets asked questions. Like, are people going to ask expectation questions from? Are people going to ask like what's been the biggest changes from going from Penn State to Virginia Tech?
Ross, how's it going, brother? I just wanted to say hello, man. Ain't say hi to you in a minute, man. This guy, they always look out for us, man. I appreciate it, man.
Getting bigger and bigger.
Hey, thank you.
So, yeah, I'm interested to hear from Virginia Tech. Listen, kinda, just to hear what Dabo has to say. You know, I feel like there's gonna be some questions. Maybe a question about the hot seat. I know. I would ask.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So we are on opposite ends of the spectrum here. I think you can go ahead and state your case now.
Oh, I think Dabo deserves to be on the hot seat, even though he's sitting right across from me. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I think he deserves to be. Now, there's no hate to Dabo. I just feel like, don't get me wrong, he has 2 national championships. I think he has 4 national championship appearances. I think he has 6, 7 college football playoff appearances. But at the same time, what I feel like is that's in the past. The now is now. The future is the future. And the way it's going, it's looking real bleak.
So here's my response to that. 1,000%. Who you replace him with? Who wants to go there with limited resources? Who's going to develop the talent in a transactional era that's going to be transformational? Who's going to keep up with the GPAs? Does it become a transfer portal dance? If you do make that decision, who do you replace him there? And who's going to want to come there with the resources that are currently in place?
I'm not too sure, but at the same time, I look at it is, okay, the resources aren't plentiful. Is that because the resources really aren't plentiful, or because they just aren't, or because
that's a great question. That's a great question. I think
because you got to think that is a coach that doesn't.
He likes to develop out of high school. He likes to get his players. He likes to grow them up.
You can pay the players out of high school, but we know the big money is the portal.
For sure. And one thing I have to say, being around the program, I've been to spring games there, been to regular season games there. What you will see on the sideline is, as coaches, positional coaches, C.J. Spiller's their running back coach. You're going to see former players there. They all come back. And that's when you have an outstanding culture. Dabo Swinney runs the cleanest program in America. And if you have a rebuttal, what's your rebuttal?
No, he does.
I don't even think it's close. It's not.
It's definitely not him. It's definitely not that man.
That man out here stealing players, bro.
At least trying to.
What's your buyout, cuz? He might try to buy yourself.
But he does. But I don't know. I just see it as the way college football is going. Being a clean coach in a dirty game just might not work.
Great take.
It's like
great take.
Continue.
My apologies. That's an outstanding take.
It's like Stringer Bell from The Wire. So, he tried to be in the business game, try to clean the money, but it's like he dealing with all these people in the street. Like it's one or the other. Gonna play dirty, gonna play clean. Which one is it? And I don't think it's really. You got to choose one. And the thing is, Stringer didn't end up making it through the whole series. Dabo might not make it throughout the whole until he retires.
Okay. Cool. So I'm telling you, I enjoy working with Jalen, and I enjoy working with everybody on our team. We all have such unique perspectives on this thing we call college football that that right there is not a take that I would have even thought about. You know what I'm saying? So that's a unique take that the game is tainted.
Yeah.
So trying to be clean in a tainted game.
Yeah. I'm not saying it can't work. I'm just saying the outlook on it just look like it might not work.
So let's say the Cruz Cantwell bill gets passed, right? And we do have some type of blueprint for holding people accountable. Because right now, for the longest, I just thought that, hey, the NCAA is enjoying their job.
Yeah.
It's a toothless organization. But the reason it is a toothless organization because the moment they try to lay down the law, what happens? with injunctions. We're going to court. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think now that has changed the game. So if that bill does get passed and we have some type of blueprint, I know the media rights pooling is the biggest talk of the town right now. If we do get that blueprint, do you believe that this game, that is a tainted game at the moment, at this very moment, and it is beautiful in the fall, but in the off season, it rears its ugly head.
Oh, it does.
Can it be a cleaner game?
No, it's never been a clean game.
Wow.
And you know what? Even if they do put out a blueprint, somebody gonna try to find a loophole here.
Okay.
And if they do, they're gonna patch it, maybe. But it's gonna be a loophole, maybe for a season, maybe 2 seasons, maybe 3. I don't know. But no, because it's always been a dirty game. I mean, when they wasn't paying players, people was playing players. You know, it's the reason why Nick Saban was able to get some recruits, and their mom was able to work at the dealership right across the street from Alabama facility. Like, it's the reason why that picture with Derrick Henry going around when he was in high school with the Chargers, the red Charger, all of a sudden. You know,
think about USC and Reggie Bush. So
yeah,
I think
SMU.
I think back then though it was like, you know, the movie Blue Chips, right?
Yeah.
They had ways to funnel it versus now where it has to be legitimized. But even the NIL Go experience haven't worked the way that we thought it was. Because we thought any type of transaction over $600, it has to be clean, it has to be slated. But Commissioner Phillips said something so great. I think when you look at the evils, like the Jay-Z record on Reasonable Doubt,
Yeah.
shout out 30 years, great concert by the way, greatest rapper to ever do it. I know you got something to say about that, but
Well, I like Jay-Z.
the agents, I'm telling you, these agents are bad. They're bad people. They tell some of these kids, oh, you can leave, get more money somewhere else.
They lie, they take money.
That don't happen. And then they try to go back to their old team, and then what happens? The roster spot has already been filled.
Yep.
And we wish you the very best. So
And now you start looking for a team in the portal.
so
Might not be able to find.
that's what happened. So talk to me about Georgia Tech. What's your outlook on Georgia Tech? Haynes King has been such a just guy that to me he wasn't just their quarterback. He was their bell cow. Because we know Justin Haynes was more of a slap. I don't want to say he's more of a.
Like a gadget running
He's
back?
like a gadget running back. You know, somebody that can. He could run between the tackles, but he can get loose in the open field. So Haynes King really bared like the Wake Forest game, even though they should have lost that game. The Wake Forest game is what comes to mind for me, where Haynes King said, "All right, we're down 20-3. Just hand me the ball. I'm going to run." I think this year is different. I think the nation's leading rusher, if it's not L.J. Martin at BYU, might be a kid by the name of kid that just transferred. Is it Justice? Is it Justice Haynes? Yeah, Justice Haynes. I think I was talking about Jamal Haynes, and then it's Justice.
Yeah, you were talking about
It's Jamal Haynes.
I think it's Jamal Haynes.
And Jamal Haynes is who I was talking about, but now they got Justin Haynes. Something about Georgia Tech and Haynes, but I think he's a bell cow. I think if he can stay healthy through the duration of the season, he has a head coach, former offensive lineman that played at Georgia Tech, that can beat a guy that can handle 200 plus carries this upcoming season, maybe even more. So how do you feel about Georgia Tech heading into the year? How you feel about Baby Mendoza?
I feel good. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care for Baby Mendoza.
Okay.
You know why? I feel like lots of the hype is coming from his
brother. Okay, that's fair.
It's the Arch Manning effect. It's the Arch Manning effect, man. You know, it's like my family member good. So I'm getting the hype that you know, off of what they got. Now Arch Manning did okay this season. I don't think he was as good as people say, but he played solid. He played good enough to be a starter.
You said who? Arch Manning played good enough to be the starter?
Yeah.
37 total touchdowns.
Yeah. I say he played good enough to be a starter. Did I lie?
That's better than good enough, brother.
So, you know, but I feel like Mendoza, I mean, I haven't really saw anything about Mendoza that really has shocked me. And I feel like Haynes King was such a leader. He was such a I don't want to say like a Bella option, but you know, I feel like
he was. I mean, let's be honest. Haynes King was their bailout option. Like, think about the worst game that he had, right? And his collegiate during his tenure, at least at Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
I can tell you which game it was. It was the NC State game and the Pitt game. And those were games they lost abysmally because they relied so much upon him.
Yeah. And I look at it, I don't know if Mendoza is ready for that.
I don't think they got to rely solely on him. They're going to be running a different scheme this year because Buster Faulkner is down in Florida. We just talked about Justice Haynes. He can bear the load. I really think so. Like, we saw that there was a time in Michigan, he was running wild. I think he got injured for a few games, but I really think he could be a 1,600-yard back this year.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold on Mendoza.
Okay.
And I just like it's lots of hype, and I feel like if your quarterback position just isn't that great, that kind of can be maybe a 6-6 team get away with.
Hasn't been great the last few years. Yeah, Haynes King was great running the ball. Throwing the ball,
he's still questionable. You're right.
Yeah. So I
feel like he's such a he's like the Diego Pavia.
Mm-hmm.
Diego Pavia isn't their best quarterback.
Right.
At all. He's not a better quarterback than CJ Carr, no matter what dude comments.
No. Dayton.
Yeah. But I feel like he's such a gamer?
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say.
Yeah.
That sometimes it don't matter.
Right.
So
kind of looking around, because I know we got an interview with Scottie Rodgers coming up in about 3 minutes. I was pretty sure we agreed on 9:30, and I think he'll be here anywhere. But it's been some outstanding conversations for the last 30 minutes we've been live, brother.
Yep.
So we talked a little bit about Georgia Tech, talked a little bit about Virginia Tech. Now, you know, every year I'm always a little higher. There he goes over there. I'm always a little higher on Louisville than you are. There he goes. Yeah, he's next. Yeah. Me. Yeah. So, there he is.
I had to be here.
You're right here, brother. The man, the myth, the legend.
Okay.
Mr. Scottie Rodgers. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Man, blessed and highly favored, brother.
Absolutely.
Excited to have you here. We talked last year at Big 12 Media Days.
We did. Had a great time.
Had an outstanding conversation. So, how have you been in this past year?
You know, it's a wonderful year. We had a great game, Miami, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Miami went on their run.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're getting ready for our 91st New Year's Day CFP quarterfinal. You know, a lot of exciting things. We refreshed our logo.
Mm-hmm.
We redid our offices inside of AT&T Stadium. We got a new president and CEO. We got a lot of great things going on. It's just exciting to think that we're here now already talking about college football and the season's right around the corner.
I was telling our viewers earlier, we're live, by the way. I was telling them, I was like, we ran into him last year, had such a great conversation with him last year. I was like, we got to run it back. So the moment I saw you yesterday, and also we saw you at Big 12 Media Days, ACC Media Days, and American last year.
Yeah.
We'll see you at SEC, maybe American this year. Because they roughly about 40 minutes apart. So what was your introduction to football, to the game?
You know, I mean, I'm born and raised in Alabama, and I tell people all the time, when you're born in the state of Alabama, you got to pick one when you come out. Born and raised. Hey, look at born and raised in Alabama.
Mr. Dabo Swinney, pan the camera up.
By the way, we went to college together. He's a year ahead of me.
He's a year ahead of you.
So I've known this guy since we didn't have any money. Now he got a lot of money.
Hey, you got a lot of it, don't you?
Now he got a lot of money.
You know, Alabama's a smart state.
Oh, absolutely. I just got that color on right there, but I got to say it because I got to say it.
And guess what? And guess what? Dabo runs the cleanest program in America.
Oh my gosh, he absolutely does. Let me tell you, I've known Dabo since my sophomore year at Alabama in '92 was the '92 national championship year.
That's
if you know
right.
anything about college football, that was my sophomore year, my first year working in the athletic department. I mean, I got to be honest. When I was in college, I wasn't like tight with Dabo Swinney, but I knew who he was because he played on the football team.
For sure.
One of my fraternity brothers played on the team as well, wide receiver like Dabo was, and his coach, Woody McCorvey. Woody dad was my middle school principal. Woody's from Atmore, Alabama, where I'm from, and Woody's dad was my middle school principal. So we knew of Woody because he was obviously out there doing his thing and what he'd done in college and gotten to Alabama. And that's just the power of what these media days are. You know, I've had a couple of great experiences with Dabo and Clemson in their college football playoff run.
How's it going, brother?
Here, and it's just been really, really exciting to see him, and I just love that camaraderie that we're able to have. I think that's just really, really fun, and it's that energy right there. That's what fuels me in this business. That really what's going on. But you were talking about my introduction. It started, you know, when you grow up in Alabama, when you come out the womb, you got to pick one. Alabama, oh, so that's just how it is. And then, you know, obviously just being around the game, I was never given the physical gifts to ever play football. You know, in high school, I was in the band. I always loved football, always loved sports. And then, as I said, I got my start officially. I wrote for my hometown paper when I was a senior in high school. But I really got my start at Alabama working in the athletic department. I did that for 3 years. And those foundational 3 years set me up for learning, getting to know people, understanding. It's a very different business than it was in the mid-'90s. But if it wasn't for those experiences, then I got an internship at the SEC coming out of college, and everything took off from there.
I want to elaborate a little bit. You said it was a very different game in the 90s than it is now. Talk to me about that disparity of how it's changed over the years.
I know y'all young folk can't believe this, but in the early 90s, there was no email. There was really no cell phone. Pagers. There wasn't these platforms in which you could communicate. There was no social media. None. It didn't exist. At least in the way that it does now. None of that. So barely had computers that could do the work. You know, spent a lot of time doing stuff on a typewriter. Do you even know what a typewriter is?
I've seen one. I've never used it.
So, well, you had to be perfect.
Yeah.
Or you had to have the little correction tape, or you had to do the liquid paper. You know what liquid paper is?
Yeah, the whiteout.
That was real.
Right.
That happened. You know, and then you moved into the world where you had fax machines, like you probably heard about that. You know, before copy machines, you had the steno thing that, you know, you kind of rolled it and it smelled and all this stuff to make copies. It was a different world. And, you know, you had to, over the time in my business, you had to learn to be adept on computers. You had to learn how to do all this content, cutting content, being on social media and understanding what that means and putting a brand out there. It as a communications person in this business and journalists, because we're surrounded by journalists here and content creators, you had to learn all these skills. Most of these folks didn't go to classes for this. They just learned it through trial and error, through having an interest in it. Maybe they took an online course. Maybe they did go take some classes somewhere. But the point is, you had to be self-taught, generally speaking, as the world evolved, thus the profession evolved. You had to really do that. And I'm not going to tell you that I'm the greatest at a lot of things. Like, I probably missed that era. While I can get on Photoshop and I can get on some of those platforms under the Adobe suites, I'm not as adept at them as some people did because I was at the point of my career, I didn't spend a lot of time on that. But I know enough to be dangerous. I know enough to get around. I know enough to know what I need to get from it. And more importantly, at this stage in my career, my job now is to go find the person to do it and teach them what I want to see. I don't have to do it because I'm trying to sit 20,000 feet up and look at the strategy, the direction, the messaging, the brand, because that's really, really important when you're looking at stuff from my, the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic and the Cotton Bowl Athletic Association, which is our parent association, and then we have our Cotton Bowl Foundation. My job is to protect the brand. My job is to talk about the brand. My job is to find people and find content creators to help us celebrate that brand. And that's what's really important. That's why opportunities like this, I'm so thankful and honored to do so, just to let people know the great work that we're doing, not only with the game, but in the North Texas community.
Wow. That's a lot to unpack, and I love what you said. I almost felt like I was in church for a moment. What I'm saying?
That Southern preacher does come out of me every now and again.
That's what I'm talking about. So I don't think people understand that pursuit of perfection. You guys have one time to mess up.
Yeah.
You prepare 364 days. These teams got 12 games. If you're lucky, you get a little bit more.
Yeah.
Where you're striving for that pursuit of perfection. Talk about that. The different phases you go through to work up to this game, New Year's Day.
You gotta deal with knowing that perfection is going to be imperfection. But it's all about what you can do to make sure that any of the imperfections, nobody of significance sees. Whether that's the media, whether that's the coaches, student athletes, anybody from the university, whether that's the fans. No game in the history of sports have gone off perfectly. Never, ever. It's never happened. There's been some really good ones, and I've been a part of a few of them. But no game is perfect, and you got to understand, you got to put together a format, you got to put together an approach, you got to put together a plan that is going to work despite things going wrong. Because things are going to go wrong in sports, whether it's weather, whether it's some sort of mechanical issue of some type. Unfortunately, there might be some sort of tragedy of some type. You have to work around it. You have to be able to still do your thing. Perfect example, a couple years ago, our game, Ohio State, Texas, which was a semifinal. Our game was on a Friday. That Monday, everybody thought it was going to snow, it was going to be crazy. And then we had to go into crisis mode, talking to all kind of media around the country, talking about whether the game was going to be played. First of all, we had to educate people because there were still some people who thought the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic was still being played in Cotton Bowl Stadium, an outdoor stadium. We are in AT&T Stadium and have been for a number of years, which is an indoor stadium. It's 72 and sunny on the inside. Now, it might be crazy outside.
Right.
So we had to really talk to people about the safety to making sure people get there because they talk about the teams, and I want to make sure, look, this thing is bigger than the teams. The teams, we want them to get there, but we have the workers need to get there who's working in all those places. The media need to get there safely. So we had to talk about it. So while one day, while I'm working, 3 days out to our game, I spent the entire day doing stuff like this. So our plan to run our media operations had to run without me. Because I had great people, and we have great people working for us, and they know the plan. They had to execute the plan. I had to sit on this. I had to go on the Weather Channel to talk about weather. Like, y'all know about weather. I know about football.
Right.
But I did a live interview on the Weather Channel in the middle of the day to talk about our game and what we were going to do. Meanwhile, we're writing statements. We're talking to all the different entities that we need to talk to in Arlington and in North Texas, whether it's police, fire, security, all those things. We had to do all that. And here's the funny thing about that. This is what I try to teach people about all this. That game that year was on my birthday.
Wow.
Anybody care about my birthday?
No. Bigger Fisher fry.
Nobody care about my birthday. So I had to celebrate that later after the game when I, in the peace and comfort of my own home. A couple of days later, after we were, while we were recovering. So when you work in sports, it's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of sacrifice. Whether you're doing what you're doing, whether you're doing what I'm doing. We would like to be on the beach right now.
Yes, Lord.
With a drink with an umbrella in it. We here grinding, working, but we enjoy it because you got to find the love, and it's the love of what you do. It's the love for you being behind that mic. It's the love for me walking around, seeing all these coaches, having that interaction with Dabo. That's what this thing is about. And I think some young folks, if any of the young folks are listening to this, they need to understand this is a great profession to be in. And I tell them all the time, you can do anything in life in sports. Think about it. You're an artist. You like to cut grass.
Wow.
You like to be in the medical field. You like numbers. You want to be a CPA? You want to be a lawyer? You want to do operations? You want to raise money? All those things, you can do that in the world of sports, whether that's at the collegiate level or at the professional level.
Man, that I always enjoy these conversations, brother. You already know that. Explain to me that feeling 30 seconds before kickoff.
Yeah.
Knowing people, we don't know that you had to go on the website. Like, we don't know everything. You're like, hey, team, you guys need to handle this because I have to go take care of business. Explain that feeling 30 seconds before.
You know what? I'll give a story. I had the privilege of working at the NCAA for the Division I Women's Basketball Championship. The 2002 Women's Final Four was in San Antonio. It was right after 9/11. The largest game to ever have a women's basketball game, 29,619. I'll never forget that number in the Alamo Dome. Right before the game, that was my second game on staff running the media operation. I'm standing at the end of media row. All the media that's there covering the game. Stadium is full. You know, you look around, the lights, the cameras, everything's going. And the lady is about to sing the national anthem. And I'm just standing there, and a tear just starts coming down my eye. And it was like, because of what happened in the world, what we had to do to get to that game, all the things. That game tipped off at like 7 o'clock. I had been at the arena since like 11 o'clock that day, dealing with the national anthem singer, dealing with a bunch of different things, just to try to make sure. And it was a moment where there was a sense of relief and there's a sense of pride at the same time, because you're tired, but you still, you got a long way to go, because just because the game is about to kick off, tip off, it ain't over. But when you get that moment, many times that's one of your first quiet moments, still moments. You're standing there and you're able to reflect for a minute, as people like to say, smell the flowers. And it's a lot of emotion. You think about family. I'm getting emotional. Think about it. You think about your family. You think about stuff you miss. You think about your friends there. You think about the girl you wish you got. If you're a girl, the guy you wish you got. You think about all these different things. But the biggest thing, you think about the accomplishment that you are about to witness and the role that you played in it. And as I've gotten older, the more and more I try to make sure that I give myself that grace to say, you know what, say to myself, you helped get this done. Be proud of that. Ready, break, and go get after it.
It starts all over again.
And keep going.
Rinse and repeat.
Because what we do off the field to make a sporting event happen has the same basic tenets of what happens on the field. Preparing for a game, making halftime adjustments, making all those things are the stuff. When you're running an event, you do the same thing. It's all, you got a team. You got roles. Not everybody's the leader. Not everybody's the quarterback. You need great linemen when you're running an event. You need great skill players. You need great special teams. So how you equate that in sports, in the operation of sports, is pretty much the same thing.
Wow. So I got one final question, because we got a bunch of interviews lined up. I really appreciate your time, Mr.
problem.
Rodgers. So talk to me about being a brand ambassador. Like, people don't understand. They understand your role. You got to get a game ready, of course, but there's a lot of fundraising involved in that. So talk about being a brand ambassador.
One of the biggest things about being a brand ambassador, because a lot of content creators, I think, have to realize when you are managing your own brand, you can say and do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
But when you come on board with a brand that's already established, you have to learn the voice of that brand. You have to learn the style of that brand, and you have to style your content as it relates to that. I'll give you a perfect example. Today, we do a thing. We did this on purpose. We did we do coverage from these, and on our platform we do a series we call Cotton Bowl Classic Moments, or we do snippets and stuff like that. Well, today's post that's going to come out here in a couple of hours is going to be a Mark Fletcher's touchdown catch in our game. Miami was here yesterday. We did that on purpose. I went up to Mark Fletcher yesterday and said, hey, by the way, on the Cotton Bowl Classic social media accounts, we're going to highlight you. He was like, oh, that's great. And so I'll retweet it, I'll repost it. We did that on purpose. That's the brand. That's thinking ahead of the game. We got lucky on that one a little bit because it just so happened he was here, one of the media day participants here from Miami yesterday. So that just worked itself out. But we had a plan, and then we were able to take it to that next level because I was here and he was here. And I could walk up to him and not only thank him for and ask him about, I had a good time to talk to him about his experience in our game last year. Obviously, they won, so I know he's happy.
Right.
But, being able to do that. And that's the little things you got to do if you're going to be a good brand ambassador. You got to tie things together.
Wow. You got me thinking. You got the strings moving up here. I truly appreciate your time, brother.
Oh,
as always, we will definitely catch up at SEC Media Days. I'm going to see if I can get – I know you're a busy man. See if we can get more of your time, man, because I can listen to you talk all day, brother.
Well, look, I have a passion for this thing, and I have a passion for folks who look like me, who work hard, who do this job. It's really, really important for me as I'm at this stage in the career. As I told y'all before, and I'll keep telling you, keep grinding, keep doing the right things, keep putting out great content, and all your hard work is going to continue to keep flourishing and continue to keep making a difference in this space.
Yes, sir. I truly appreciate that.
Right.
You don't know how much of a difference you made seeing, like you just said, somebody that looked like us and seeing what the pinnacle of that thing could look like. So that's incredible.
It's a beautiful thing. So y'all keep grinding.
Yes, sir. We'll do. Appreciate you.
All right.
Mr. Rodgers, it's always a pleasure talking to my brother. We got another interview coming up in about 3 minutes. Jalen is going to rejoin us now. Actually, Jalen, it'll probably be better if you're here. And then Mr. Clark is there. So you can go ahead and enter Dabo Sweeney. We got a Dabo Sweeney clip. How amazing is that, brother? Did you see that? Dabo Sweeney interrupted his brother. You pray for clips like that, brother. It just happened to be the time he knew Mr. Rodgers real well. They both went to Alabama together. 6 degrees of separation, brother. So I just had a lot of fun in that interview. I don't know if you could tell. We talked for a very long time. How you feeling, man? You ready? You got a big one. This is the biggest one of the day, brother. You know? So he'll be approaching us soon. I'm going to go ahead and get up out the way so you can get here. You can entertain these good people, man. The interview is here.
I got to entertain the good people.
You got to entertain the good people. I'm going to go close, brother.
So KT just got done with his great interview with Scottie Rodgers. I got Rich Clark coming up soon. I really kind of want to ask him about something about the college football playoffs, but I really want to touch on more so some of his playing career, outside of his playing career, what made him fall in love with football. It seemed like he went away from football for a little bit. I want to know what got him wanting to come back to football as well. I think he's not too far away. Sorry, y'all, I'm checking something. But yeah, he's the executive director of the college football playoff for y'all who don't know. Pretty cool guy. Me and KT, we just talked to him not last year, the year before. It was brief. It was for a brief moment. Wasn't for a long time. Had 2 questions to ask him. It was more so about Notre Dame. But now it's going to be a little different. Like I said, I still want to focus on some of the college football playoffs, but like I said, I still want to ask him more about his playing career, something about his Air Force, his time in the Air Force and everything. And I want to ask him just what made him come back to college football.
Got the seat right here, brother. Yeah, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Rich. Right here. We're live. Yeah, we're live.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
You might have to project a little bit in the mic, but we all live right now.
So right now we got the executive director of the college football playoff, Rich Clark, sitting with me right now. How you doing today, Mr.
I'm
Clark?
good, Jalen. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good to be with you guys.
Good to be with you too. I talked to you about 2 years ago at ACC Media Days for a brief moment. I asked a question about Notre Dame, but today I kind of want to touch on like some other stuff. My first question is like, what made you fall in love with the game of football?
Man, why does anybody fall? It's an amazing game. But I played football at the Air Force Academy, and I love that. I love what it did for my life and how it just helped me grow as a man. The values and the character, the work ethic, the teamwork, all those things made me fall in love with it as an athlete. And now when I watch it as a fan, I realize that every one of those athletes out there is going through something similar to what I went through.
Yeah.
There's the entertainment of the game, and that's amazing to me. I love to watch it. But then I also love the deeper benefits of it to those student athletes, to the coaches. And now having the opportunity to work in it is amazing. Incredible.
Yeah. I also noticed that you did track and field in high school, right?
I did.
Yeah. And you were originally going to commit, or you were committed to William and Mary?
I was committed to them, and then I walked it back.
What made you like walk it back and go and actually go to the Air Force?
Man, that's a good story. So I had committed to William and Mary. Air Force was recruiting me, and the head coach for the Air Force Academy came to my house, met my mom, and he was at our house. We were all sitting around in the living room. His name's Ken Hatfield. Great man. Still a great mentor for me. And I remember the electricity went out in the house. And my mom was like, well, I guess you got to go, Coach, but we appreciate you being here. He said, no, I'm good. I'll just stick around here. And my mother was like, at the end of the conversation, she's like, look, all you have to do is go out there. He's such a nice man. And I went out to see the academy, and they just showed me things. And I was like, man, I could be a pilot. And that caught my attention. And the opportunity to do some things, play some great football, get a great education, get training as a pilot all in one place, spectacular. Now, I will admit, no one from my family's in the military, and I didn't know exactly what I was getting into. So it was a little bit different. But one thing I do know is I loved playing football there. We had a great team. We were 12-1 my senior year, and ranked 5th in the country. So it was just an amazing experience. But it launched, like I said earlier, my love for college football.
Yeah. So you, like I said, you did track. Were you planning on doing track at the next level?
No, I wasn't. I threw the shot.
I read you were pretty good.
I was decent. I threw the shot put in the discus, and won regional champion, district champion, placed in the state. And I really did love track. But at the Air Force Academy, I contemplated throwing the discus. But it's just too much to do 2 sports there and keep up with your academics and all the military stuff that you have to do. So I did not do that in college, but I loved it in high school.
Okay. I had a stat pulled up. Let me find it, because you talked about like flying planes and everything. It was you had more than like 4,200 hours in like different types of aircraft?
Different aircraft, like 5 or 6 airplanes that I flew. Yeah, a lot of hours. I was in the Air Force for 38 years.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of opportunity to fly and do a lot of really great things. And it was really an awesome experience for me and my family. So I'm grateful to the Air Force and to football and what it did for me.
Yeah. So how did like your experience in the Air Force train you to like be in the position that you are in now?
Yeah, I think part of it is in the Air Force. I learned as a young person that values matter, and values like integrity, humility, excellence, things like that really do matter. And holding those close to you in your life is very important.
Yeah,
that helps in any whatever profession you're in or whatever you're doing, whether even as a parent or a teammate, a friend. But also dealing with hard problems. You know, having difficult problems put before you and your team and finding a way to work with them and get to solutions and not quitting when it gets tough. Keep pushing. I think that was a really important part of it. And then just being able to choose the right attitude every day. Yeah. Every day. You go into work, you make your choice. How are you going to be? What kind of attitude are you going to have? And that's not only important in the military. It's not only important in college football. It's important everywhere. And I learned some of those things through my Air Force career, and I brought them here because coming into the CFP, I was fairly new. Like I hadn't been in the enterprise. I had a lot of learning to do, but I know how to rely on my team. I know how to listen to people. I know how to admit when I don't know something and to try to figure it out. So all of those things were really helpful to me, the CFP, and I learned a lot of that in the Air Force.
Yeah, and it seemed like you kind of a little bit were away from the game of football for a little bit. What made you want to come back to the game of college football?
Well, I was never really away from it.
Yeah.
I've always watched it. I've always followed it. But being directly involved in it, you're right. I was away from it. But I was asked when this job came open if I wanted to put my name in the hat. And someone called me. I was still in the Air Force, actually. Like, hey, this job's coming open. We know you're going to be retiring in about a year or so. Do you want to put your name in the hat for this? And I said, well, do I have a chance?
Yeah.
Said, well, you're a long shot, but you got a shot. I was like, okay, put me in. I'll take a risk. And I did. I went through several interviews, and I ended up really being blessed and fortunate and got picked for the job. So when someone asks you if you want to go do a job that is something that you're already passionate about, it's kind of hard to say no. And I couldn't say no.
So what's been the biggest adjustment being the executive director of the college football playoffs?
Well, I think just coming into a job and in a whole enterprise where I don't know a lot of people, I don't know exactly what the traditions are from internal standpoint, and having to learn so much. You know, that was really interesting because I came in, at a pretty high level without knowing much. Whereas in the Air Force, you kind of grow into your promotions and you grow into the rank. In this one, I was just kind of stuck right in there. Tossed in. It's like getting thrown in the river saying, okay, I know you don't know how to swim, but you better figure it out. So that's kind of how it went for me. But it's been an adjustment and really just understanding where the different conferences are, the impact on the student athletes, on the fans, just all of the different aspects of it. I'm still learning. The learning curve is still steep, but I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it was because you became the executive director around a time where it just had changed to 12 teams, right?
It hadn't even changed yet.
It hadn't changed yet.
So they decided they put me in right at the middle of a massive change in the whole format and the whole college football. They said, all right, not only do you need to figure out the job, but you need to figure out how to make this change work. And I am grateful for an amazing team. I got put on a team at the CFP headquarters, just incredible people, and they really took good care of me, helping me to learn and understand, and really great professionals because they understood what was required for us to get there, and I just needed to provide them what they needed, give them the leadership that I had, help to promote that teamwork, and just be a part of a great team, which I learned in football.
Yeah. I also want to ask, as a last question, was what's been your best, I guess, moments as the executive director of the college football playoffs?
My best moments have for the last 2 years, one of the privileges I get is to present the trophy to the winning team in the championship.
Yeah.
And that's always a huge honor because it's not only recognizing that team for the greatness that they've displayed, but it also represents all the hard work that's gone into getting to that point by my team, by all of the teams that are involved, by the commissioners, the conferences. A lot of hard work has gone into that. And when we present that trophy, it's the culmination, the end a lot of work, and it's a really exciting, joyous time, and I love being a part of that. I didn't realize how much that would mean to me, but it's really an honor to be able to do that, because it does represent more than just that championship that was won, but all the hard work that started early in the season.
Well, guys, this has been Rich Clark. Thank you for this beautiful interview. Did a great job answering the questions and everything. Appreciate you taking time out your busy day, especially around this time to talk to me and CFB Nation. Thank you, man.
Always good to talk to you, Jalen. I appreciate you, and we'll talk again, I hope.
I hope so.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So, guys, Rich Clark. Hey, I really love some of the answers he gave. Man, I feel good after that interview. That was a really big interview. Maybe the most important guy I've talked to so far in this space. Actually, he definitely is the most important guy I've talked to so far in this space, without a doubt. You want to switch?
Yeah. Well, you're going to be switching back in a second, but yeah. I got to change something on the bike anyway. Man, my mom texted me ASAP, bro. She's like, I got that ball. I was like, yeah. So everybody's telling me that the noise is much better from yesterday.
Okay.
So that's really good. So what did you guys talk about? I didn't get to hear it.
Oh, you didn't get to hear it?
Watch it. I'll get to watch it as a fan later on. My mom said she got it on the big TV. It sounded amazing. So
Yeah. Well, we talked a little bit about like. So I asked him like, what's his love of college football came from, and I asked him.
He's a military guy too.
Yep. I asked him about the military because he touched on that, but then I was like, did track and field in high school.
So he's an athlete. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And he was pretty good at it. And I asked him like, he was originally committed to William & Mary.
Is you? Or is this him?
Yes, me.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
He's originally committed to William & Mary. And
Beautiful campus.
Yeah.
In Williamsburg.
But he decommitted, and I was like, what was the reason that went into decommitting from William & Mary and going to Air Force?
Right.
He told a story about the coach and everything and what happened. He mentioned how like the lights had shut off in his house, and like basically like the coach, like he thought the coach was maybe going to leave, or his mom thought the coach was going to leave, and the coach stayed and talked everything, and that was kind of like the selling point. He talked about all the hours he had in the Air Force and everything. I think it was 4,200 hours in aircrafts.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many days is that? You start to do numbers, and that's spectacular. So did you talk about the expansion talk or anything at all?
I kind of didn't want to really touch on that because
Smart move.
It's like it's not set in stone, so it's like
It'll be a guessing game.
Like,
right?
what is he really going to tell me?
Right. And that's why you were able to talk to them for so long, because I checked, I made sure they were good. So this is my rule of thumb whenever you have media days, and I'll give this tidbit to everybody. When you go to the communications person who's in charge of whoever you're interviewing, they'll tell you you're good, you're doing a good job. It's a great job, brother.
Yeah, appreciate that.
So, you got a couple of interviews coming up shortly. I think you got one at I think you got one at 10:20. It's been a great interview day. To me, this was going to be the day. Like it's my favorite day already. We ain't even nowhere near finished the interviews we have today.
I'm almost finished the interview.
He said, "I don't know about you, but I'm almost finished." So
yeah, I got one at 10:20 and then 10:30.
So you have Richard Clark, you got Antoine,
Yep.
Deslauriers.
I want to ask him like, how you say his
what's
last
the
name?
proper pronunciation? And so it's probably the first time in a couple years we've seen a two-way athlete. So what do you want to talk to? I would want to know, what percentage you think is going to play offensive.
Yeah, I want to
defense,
ask him what when it's his decision to be a two-way athlete going into college. Like,
I think of it. Most of us you play ball, I play ball. It was Iron Man. I ain't come off the field. Like I played, kick return, punt
growing
return,
up,
corner.
it was like growing up in my high school. It was like, oh, if you play wide receiver, you play
playing
DB
corner,
as well.
right? and then PG, everybody ran weak T, so your quarterback ain't throw. So Derek Williams was playing quarterback and cornerback.
Hey, that's crazy. Yeah, you have running backs that play linebacker.
Right.
Defensive line that play offensive line.
Right.
Like, Like, bro, like,
So,
dang.
so I'm sure that's something that he's used to. Really, special shout out to Syracuse. Special shout out to Cal. Special shout out to ESPN and the family of networks because they've all done an outstanding job. Special shout out to the Peach Bowl. Special shout out to the Cotton Bowl. They've all made this event spectacular for us.
Don't mind, cause I'm gonna go get some water.
Yeah,
before
you got go
interview,
get
just
some
so I
water.
can-
Yeah. You got a lot of work to do, brother. So we're here live, Radio Row. It's been an outstanding day 2. I had a lot of fun day 1, but I knew today would be the day. So really excited for that. We just finished, I think, the second of 8 interviews we have today. So we have 6 more interviews on slate. It's going to be a lot of exciting ball talk today. And we know that we've built our following on just being able to be the plug, to be the provider. We are on the field, boots on the ground. You see the tweets from my guy Nino all the time about boots on the ground. This is what we do. This is what we live. It was really refreshing after my live stream yesterday. On my channel, Oliver Nerd College Football, we do 2 styles of college football content. One is via the video game, but the big enchilada is this. And I had one of my guys who's a booster for the West Virginia dynasty that we have. He talked to us in the comment section. It's like, yo, like, my dude is out here living the dream. And sometimes you forget that. Like, this is something that we fought for. This is stuff we talked about when we first started our company. So it is amazing to be here. You live for what we just got and that evergreen content with Dabo Sweeney and him talking to his old pal, Scottie Rodgers. It's just exciting to be here. Jalen just got his water. I am very excited for this upcoming slate. We're about 13 minutes away from the start of our Syracuse interviews. We're excited to talk to them. Special shout out to them. We got to make a trip up there. I've seen Syracuse on the road versus Pitt in 2024. Game did not go their way, but I'm a big believer in Fran Brown. To me, it is amazing the people that doubt that man. If you don't understand the makeup of him, it's like, to me, in college football, if your resources aren't plentiful, your boosters, your donors, like the money that you're getting in isn't crazy, when you lose a guy like Steve Angeli, because I promise you, Syracuse would have been in the midst of things, right? Think about the game he got hurt. I was there. It was a sea of orange and blue. I was there the game he got hurt. They drove right down.
Season went downhill after
Yeah,
that.
it was. He drove right down the field. They got an onside right after that. When I'm telling you, he was about to put up Cal McCord-like numbers.
Is that against Clemson?
That was against Clemson.
Okay.
When I tell you he put up Cal McCord-like numbers, it was incredible. So I'm just really excited to talk to everybody we have on our interview slate today. How you feeling, brother? Like, I know you warmed up. It's like a lyrical exercise to get that first interview out the way.
I'm doing good.
Yeah. So you and I don't know who talked to who longer. I don't know if you talked to Mr. Clark or if I
You
talked
talked to Scottie.
Yeah, you know that's my brother. Mr. Rodgers is a preacher. You should have Reverend. Not only is he the VP of Communications for the Cotton Bowl, he's also the Reverend, brother. So just really excited for today's slate. So earlier we were just having conversations about various teams in the ACC. I wanted to get to you and talk to you about what's your expectations for Louisville this upcoming season. I think I'm higher on Louisville every year than everybody else is, but it's just my belief in the head coach.
I feel like this year it's a lot of expectations for Louisville. You look at it like Louisville. I think I had them finishing, or my power rankings I had them at second.
You have them at second, okay?
No, at second or at 2.
2. So you have them in the ACC championship.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think other people are also kind of tipping the punch.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Brohm has been a good coach since he was at Purdue, really.
Yeah. And you've seen that program, even with the stud and Barry Odom there, you've seen the decline in the program. And then before him was Ryan Walters.
Yeah.
Who you like as a coordinator, just not as a head coach. Okay.
But, Louisville, I mean, I expect them to be really good this season. They were good last season. But you look at it, it's an ACC championship game against Florida State, and then the past 2 seasons they haven't made it, but they were I don't want to say knocking on the door, but they could flirt with making it to.
They had a few bad losses last year, and some of it was due to injury to Isaac Brown, but they have great depth at running back. Like even Duke Watson, who was there now, he's at UCF now. So they had great depth at running back. They had, unbelievable production at the wide receiver position. I like the kid Lincoln Kinehouse. What's your thoughts? What's your take on Lincoln Kinehouse? I think he's legit. I thought he was a legit last year when all of you guys were clowning me like, bruh, is Julian saying his job? And when you guys were right, I felt kind of stupid. But, talk to me about how you feel about Lincoln Kinehouse.
Honestly, I'm not gonna say I'm super high on him.
Yeah.
I'm higher on him than I am Mendoza. No shot at Mendoza. That's the way I feel.
Being honest.
It was Julian Saint's job from the time he committed there. That's why I was telling him. I'm like, there's just no chance he gets no way Julian Saint is committed there. He makes Arizona transfer.
He made him transfer.
I mean,
Hey, what's that emoji with that hand over the shoulder jump?
Oh,
Not the
yeah.
emoji, but the meme.
Yeah.
The hand over the shoulder jump.
I look at it and I'm just like, there's no way he was going to start. But at Louisville, he is in a pass-friendly system. All he has to do is take care of the ball. Just don't turn over the ball. I feel like when they had, what's his name? USC quarterback, 6 touchdowns in the ball, Miller Moore. He was kind of a little bit, he would be a little turnover prone in certain games, but he was still solid. He still got the job done. That's all they kind of do is protect the ball. I feel like the way Louisville run game has been the past couple seasons, that he just has to do a good enough job, and he can get them to the ACC championship.
I agree with you. It was interesting seeing during the transfer portal. I saw Isaac Brown that entered the transfer portal. I said, uh-oh. So we know that kid is legit. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. And when he entered the transfer portal, what do you think his processes was? Do you think he wanted to hear teams out, or do you think it was an appraisal? Let me see what my true evaluation is, and then report back and see what I get.
I think it was some of that. I think it's also maybe I want more money situation. Hey, I played for you these past 2 seasons. I played really good. I kind of want a little more money. Let me see. It's how do I explain it? It's a thing to where it's you testing your value, but you're not really testing your value. You just really want to persuade the school that you're at to try to keep you. That's the way I'm saying it. But he could have been testing his value. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he's a good enough running back to where he could have been the highest paid back at the portal.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. So, speaking of running backs, give me your top 5 running backs in college football. It's tough. It's not easy. It's not easy at all.
Am I going I might think it could be at the end of the season?
Whatever metrics you want to use. If you want to use past production versus what you think their future production could be in current systems, just whatever you believe.
Because I want to say people are going to say Bo Jackson. I want to say what's his name? Quan Lacey.
Dog.
What about Ahmad Hardy?
I think he should still be up there.
He would be in the top 5.
Yeah.
I think he would be maybe 5.
Mm-hmm.
A place where
Yep.
top 5, but might not be exactly number 5. I mean, top 5 might not be solidified and everything.
Right.
I feel like I put Ahmad Hardy over Bo Jackson.
Okay. Bo Jackson is smooth.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I just don't feel like he's maybe it's just because the 2 running backs before him were NFL running backs, Trayvon Henderson and what's his name? Went to Ole Miss, transfer.
Yes, I just saw. Listen, you guys need to understand. Once these kids go to the NFL, they're gone. We don't.
Oh man.
I saw a graphic yesterday with him being compared to Trent Richardson. And it's neither here nor there. We
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
Play for the Browns.
Yes.
Yeah, that's team faithful. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of like a drop off in like high end production talent that I just don't see him as good. But I also say Justice Haynes. I feel like he'd be thrown in that top 5. And
Keyshawn Junkins. I say,
Yeah.
Keyshawn Junkins. Yeah.
bro, I just
So far you have at 1 you have Keywan Lacey, at 2 you have Amar Hardy, at 3
I have Mark Fletcher at 2.
Mark Fletcher at 2, okay, and then 3 at
Justice Haynes. Justice Haynes.
Justice Haynes. Is
Yeah.
that where?
3.
3? Okay. So you got Keywan Lacey, Mark Fletcher, Justice Haynes.
My heart would be at 5.
Okay, and then who's 4?
The 4th spot is where I'm like difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I see my boy like Khalil Valentine having a big season.
I like Khalil Valentine. He's a really good running back.
I see him
And
having a big
Champagne.
season.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just a bias, Illinois fan, from my perspective, but the way he performed at the end of the
Yeah, I think it's Anton or Antonio. Deslauriers. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's what.
Yeah. They, all right. Yeah, so yeah, whenever they're ready. For me, I think LJ Martin is the best running back in college football. I'll go with
Yeah.
Keywan Lacey next. I think my guy Fran Brown. I think Keywan Lacey is next. Who would be after that, man?
I think Mark Fletcher got to be in that top
Yeah,
5, right?
Mark Fletcher's in the top 5. I would want Isaac Brown in there, but I wouldn't want to take Amar Hardy out. You know what I'm saying? So, give me 6, man.
I'm gonna put Isaac Brown above in my heart,
yeah.
in my rank.
Yeah, because we saw the production go down once you got into the
SEC
court.
play.
Yeah. We saw Alabama did a really good job against them. So
'Cause,
I think you have a few interviews about to come up within the next three minutes. So I think it is happening right here, right now. Switch seats with me. Good luck on your interview, brother. It's 9 minutes one time for each one. They're 10 minutes, but we need 9 minutes just to switch. Yeah, he's sitting there.
Yeah.
Deslauriers. Deslauriers. Okay. Deslauriers. Okay. So and Antoine. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was, but I was like, it don't look like it. But I'm like, I feel like I've seen people name Antoine spelt like that before.
Yeah.
So yeah, but how you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. First question I want to ask: what made you fall in love with the game of football?
National sport.
Yeah.
I just want to jump in. Right. As they are, sign up. Go from there, right? Like, I just liked it ever since I.
Yeah.
People,
So growing up in Canada, is it? You said football wasn't really like a big. It's not a big sport up there, right?
I mean, it's starting to be.
Yeah.
But it's getting there. Still has some work.
Yeah. So how was that like adjusting like 'cause since it's not like like the most popular sport up there, like how it is, it's not as popular as it is in America. What was it like growing up wanting to play football in Canada? Everything like how should I say it?
I mean, yeah, we had like teams, we had leagues and all that. It was easy to find somewhere to play.
Yeah.
It was easy to find a team to be a part of. But then after that, it's like, yeah. But then after that, you know, like it was important for me to cross the border to the States in order to have this opportunity to get to where I want to get to.
So that's across the states. What was the biggest adjustments going from Canada to America to play football?
Well, I mean, it's different football to begin
yeah.
with. Like in Canada, we 12 on the field, field's big wider, so like there's a lot of adjustment there to be made. I'm lucky enough that I went to the States at 17. I went to Georgia, played football there in prep school.
Yep.
So it kind of gave me like a buffer or like a time period just to how football is played before I got to college, right?
Yeah.
So I think that was like main adjustments I had to make.
Yeah. And sophomore.
Yeah, so
Right.
I'm going into my sophomore.
Yeah. What was the big adjustment going from like high school to Syracuse last season? And what's the things you took away from your first season at Syracuse that you're bringing into your second season at Syracuse?
Yeah, well, first I think the biggest adjustment for me going from high school to college was I think I'd like to think I was physically ready for it when I first got here, which is what allowed me to play my first year. But I think it's really like the mental aspect, learning the playbook, learning how it's played, how fast it moves. I really think that was like the biggest adjustment for me. From what I've learned from my first season, it's just continuing to grow. Like as a person, as a football player, develop like physically, mentally, and learn and ask questions. Got great coaches around you, so that are very, very knowledgeable. After as a resource, so I think that's like my biggest like takeaway. For sure.
Yeah. Is there any expectations coming off last season that you have for yourself going against this season?
As a team, you gotta win. Like,
Yeah.
That's the expectation. That's the goal. Personally, I think I was a freshman All-American last year. I think it's building off of that. Right? Like I'm not saying I'm chasing awards or recognitions, but it's
always a nice thing.
I want to show up and show what I'm able to do as a football player. Show how the hard work I did in the offseason paid.
Yeah. And I mean, it's always good to be recognized for your work with like a first team All-American for freshman team. But like, so I want to ask you, what's been like your favorite moment while being coached by Fran Brown? Because it got to be a lot of because he's a funny man.
Yeah. No, definitely. But I think like something that could sum everything up is like relationship I got with him. Like, he's just great person, and he's gonna tell you what's wrong on the field. He's gonna tell you what you need to do. But as soon as you step off the field, it's like it's all love, right? Like you can't go talk to him about anything. Got your back. So I just think like the relationship I got with him is memorable. Thomas Syracuse.
Yeah. Do you have like a best story from like your first year at Syracuse? When Fran Brown, any teammates, just yourself on the field?
Story. I mean, beginning of our last season, was rolling, and I just think like it was all part of the play.
Yeah.
Everything we expected, winning, great, having great team chemistry. Somehow, taken away from us. So got to build again on what we learned, hard work in the off season, and act stronger this year so that make sure this doesn't happen.
Yeah. I'm gonna like just ask some teammate questions. So, if you were stranded on the island, what 3 teammates would you choose to be stranded on the island with, and why?
Oh, man. I don't know anybody's survival skill. I can't.
What about your survival skills? You think they'd be good?
Mine, I think I'll be straight. I really think. I'm taking somebody like sticks, like somebody from out the way that grew up on a farm or something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm taking.
Okay. Are you familiar with college football? 27, 25, 26.
I mean, I don't play it. But
Okay.
I know about it a little bit.
Yeah, 'cause I was gonna ask like, what teammates do you think are the best on the team?
I don't know.
If it wants yourself.
I don't play the game, but rankings. I know Chris Beal, corner, probably the highest ranked on the team. So I think representative. Right?
Yeah. I also want to ask. So, want to ask about also next season. Expectations for the team and everything. What are you looking forward to from just a defensive perspective on from the team next year?
I mean, like team expectation, I said it. Like, we gotta win.
Yeah.
That's the standard. On defense, like we gotta be solid.
Yeah.
Like we gotta stop the run and make them throw the ball because I believe in our defense. So up front, everything's gonna be played. Try to stop the run. I think that's gonna be the biggest part of defense and the physicality.
Yeah. Is physicality like a thing that Fran Brown and your defense coordinator is that something they preach?
Oh, always. Fran Brown loves hitting, loves his hitting drills. He loves everything about physicality. So definitely gonna get some.
Also so physicality. Would you say is that when it I want to ask I always ask this question. Not always, but to players I sometimes ask questions defensive players especially. Would you rather have big hit that causes a fumble return for a touchdown or a pick six touchdown?
Oh no, I'm taking a big hit for.
Okay.
Oh, definitely. That's gotta go.
And I also want to ask so would you consider yourself the most physical hitter or most physical tackler on a team?
I think we all can hit. No matter who you're on the team, you gotta hit at some point. I think overall, as a linebacker or a group, we all have a strength. Somebody can take on blocks really fast. Somebody can chase down a tackle. I think when it comes to,
what's your biggest strength?
I mean, I think hitting is part of my game.
Yeah,
part of my game. And our whole linebacker loves to hit. We love the physicality, and that's why I'm so confident in our run stopping ability.
Yep. So is just playing physical, is that one of the biggest strengths for you? Is that what do you consider your biggest strength on the field?
Yeah, I'll say physicality, but I mean that leads to a lot of things, right? That means to tackle maker, just chasing down the ball. That's really, I think I'd put it more that way. I'm around. So.
Yeah, and you're here at ACC Media Days. You're a freshman All-American last season. Are you looked on as being a leader for next season on the defense and just the team in general?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I really stepped up my role this year, and it's really a request that I had from Coach Brandon. Just, there's a lot to be done, so we're a big group of leadership, and I think, it's just been, a key aspect of success.
Yep. Okay, thank you for the interview, Antoine.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man. Yep.
Sure.
So sitting down with us now, we got Demetres Samuel Jr. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good today. So I always start out, first question is, what made you fall in love with the game of football?
It's just when I was a kid, playing it my whole life. I was 4. First, I got the ball put in my hand. I kind of just grew towards it.
Yeah. So I see you, listed as a DB and wide receiver. Was it other positions that you played when you were coming up in football? Did you play quarterback? Did you running back?
I played running back. I played a little bit of quarterback, but when I played quarterback, I was playing I was running the ball. I can't really throw.
Okay.
Yeah, I played a little bit of linebacker, safety. Only thing I really didn't play is O-line and D-line.
Yeah. I'm surprised they did at least try something now right there. But hey, this guy's very talented. Let's throw him on the offensive line just because. But it makes sense. No, I mean, why would we do that with a person that talented? So what made you decide to play DB and wide receiver going to get to the next level?
Really, in high school, I was playing both ways. I was a playmaker on offense. Defense, it wasn't really trying me.
Yeah.
And as I was getting recruited, coaches was asking which one do you play? I wanted to play corner, but it was I was good. With the ball in my hands, I could score. I could make plays. So it was why not play both? team started saying that, I just was like, I want to play both.
Yeah. What do you consider? Which position do you find more fun? Corner? Is it because like you got a chance to shut down the team's best wide receiver?
Yeah, you just talk that talk. Like,
Yeah,
if there's a swag, you got to have that corner.
Yeah, are you one of the corners where, like, even though the ball fly 15 foot, like 15 feet over the wide receiver head, you still gonna talk your trash?
It depends. Like, if I'm there in coverage, yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, if it's a bad ball, I'm not really there. Unless the receiver really like popping it, then I'm gonna pop it back. So.
Okay. Man, I was gonna say you still gonna talk anyway. That's the way corners is. So wide receiver, do you talk a lot of trash to wide receiver?
Yeah, I do, but it's just like I talk trash regardless either. Or.
Yeah.
It's just different when you back corner.
You consider yourself the best trash talker on the team?
Yeah, teammates would tell you that too, though.
Is there any other people on the team that can compare to you as a trash talker?
Yeah, like a couple of our wideouts. We got Maury Hatcher, Tyshawn Russell, Steve and Angeli. Our quarterback talk trash. So like,
You do?
Yeah, he talk trash. Don't let him fool you.
So I want to ask then, do you ever play against them in practice?
Yeah, all the time.
So who get the best of who?
Like in the reps,
Yeah.
it'll go pretty back and forth. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like we compete a lot. Like some
Yeah.
days I might have a day like I shut them down. But like some days they'll have a day when they catch him real good and stuff. But like most days like he'll make plays, I'll make plays, and it go really like back and forth.
Yep. So how many like do you see like what's the percentage of snaps do you think you'll take at wide receiver and cornerback?
Probably 60-40 to be honest.
Okay. And have you got any questions about like the concerns of playing both sides of the ball so far? Yeah, I don't think you should. I mean, we see Travis Hunter pull it off. Was any play you grew up watching that like wanted you that made you want to do that as well? 'Cause we seen it a couple times. I don't know if you remember like Jabril Peppers.
Yeah,
Michigan,
I watched
he did
Charles
it.
Woodson. My coach like would used to send me Charles Woodson stuff. I like to watch Dion too. Like you can throw Dion anywhere. So
Yeah. Okay. Game winning touchdown or game winning pick six?
Game winning pick six.
So
That's just different. Game winning pick six is really different. Bro. Like you just booked it for games. Like
yeah.
oh my gosh.
So and then I want to ask, what's some of like your expectations for yourself going into next season, and just your expectation for the team in general as well?
Obviously we want to win for the team. Like that's really the big focus. You know? When
Yeah.
you win, usually a lot of the expectations for yourself gonna come. Like picks gonna come, stops gonna come. Like having a good game gonna come when you win. So like really, that's just the biggest thing on my board.
Yep, and I mean the recognition. If you play good, the recognition is going to come as well.
Facts.
Are there any expectations you have for yourself going into the season?
Really just play ball. Really just play with confidence.
Yeah. So, okay, I want to ask, like, is it a player you looking forward to playing against this season? At DB or wide receiver? More so at DB because you said that's your favorite.
A player y'all want to play? That's a good question. I don't really think like I'm down to play whoever, whenever, wherever. So like really anybody, everybody. I'm ready to play everybody.
Yeah. And you were freshman All-American last year too, right?
I think. I don't really know.
You don't pay attention to all that. You don't pay attention to all that. You just go out there and play, huh?
Yeah.
So 'cause I thought I read somewhere that you were a freshman All-American. But clearly, I don't know. It just seemed like you a ball player. You don't really care about that.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to get to the league. So
Yeah. That's the. Hey.
That's what I'm saying.
So we're gonna get to the league. How has Fran Brown? How has he coached you to try to get to the next level?
It's like Fran, he's the head coach, but corner coach as well. So like I'm with him every day.
Yeah.
There's no missing him. So I would say like he coached me hard like every day. He holds me to like a higher standard because he know I'm trying to get to the league. I came in young, so he understands it.
Yeah. And like, is there any stories you got as a coach? Like, what made you like come to Syracuse and stay at Syracuse this season? And like, what's some of your best memories with like Coach Fran or Coach Brown?
What made me come to Syracuse was Coach Fran. That's the reason I stayed too. You know, having Steve come back and everything, like having key players come back, new DC. So that played a big part of me staying and coming there. And memories, well, I can go on for days. It's just probably how he practiced, like the way he act in media and everywhere. That's the way he acts like every day. So that's just a good experience.
So so going into this season, where do you see Syracuse at the end of the season? Like
In the playoffs.
in the ACC championship game, in the playoffs. Okay, I like that. Hey, it is Demetres Samuel Jr. Appreciate you for the interview. Yo, I look forward to watching you this season. I'm gonna watch your games. I'm definitely tell people like, hey, I'll talk to him. He was talking trash, like how he locked down corner and everything. Seeing him, he just got burned on that play, but it's cool. Appreciate your time, man.
All right.
What's going on, man?
Hey, what's happening, brother? Hey, nice to meet you, brother. My name is the Governor. That's what everybody call me. We got a big one here. We got Steve and Angeli. I love Syracuse quarterbacks. I love the system you all play in. I happen to be at the game you guys were injured. You got injured at. I just have to tell it from my vantage point before I ask for your vantage point. The sea of orange in that stadium that day, it was crazy. You drove your guys right down the field. You scored a touchdown, kicking onside, hit the ball, and go down and get some more points. And you were having a fantastic season. We saw Cal McCord have an outstanding season in the system. So talk to me about everything that happened that day and what you've learned since then about you and the resolve that you have.
Yeah, it's tough, when you go down with a season-ending injury, it makes it tough, really just feel bad. Teammates, fans, really just not so myself. It's really about everyone else, and, it's tough to kind of go down with that injury during that time with the season we're having, but I'm really just looking forward to getting back out there this year and kind of picking up where I left off, where this team left off, and being able to go out and win football games. I've learned a lot about myself during this time. It's been a long 9-10 months, being able to kind of sit back and really kind of just take a second to kind of see who you are, look in the mirror and really kind of figure out, what matters to you, what really means the most in your life, a lot of prayer, just a lot of different things that I've been able to kind of go through. And I couldn't be more thankful for that time, honestly, because it allowed me to kind of realize things that I maybe wouldn't have realized before.
So I know you were rehabbing for winter workouts, spring camp, gearing up for fall camp. This is probably the first time in a long time you've been through a slew of quarterback battles. You're the unquestioned leader of this team. How are you feeling? What are some of your anticipations or expectations of fall camp?
Yeah, I'm really excited for us to get out there. Fall camp is really, where you kind of see what you made of what you got, and I'm really excited for this team. We got playmakers all over, offense, defense, special teams, a lot of new guys that have come in from the portal, whether they're freshmen or returning guys. So we have an unbelievable team, a great roster. I'm just looking forward to getting into camp and starting to grind it out.
I tell everybody all the time, I got one 5-yard carry left in me. There's a couple coaches across America I would like to play for. I love to play for Scottie, or I love to play for Jeff Brohm, who's also here today. Fran Brown is that guy, like, his open presser for when he joined Syracuse. I wanted to jump through the screen, like, just let me play, Coach. I'll get hurt out there, but just let me play, Coach. Just let me get one step. What is it like playing for Coach Fran Brown?
He's awesome, man. I've known Coach Fran for, pretty much since I was, a young middle school kid in Jersey. We're both from Jersey, so Fran's a household name in New Jersey, kind of a legend in New Jersey already, and he's unbelievable to play for. Just a really genuine guy, calls it how it is, and the best thing about Coach Fran and playing for him is he's got your back no matter what. And, I really appreciate our relationship, our bond, and I couldn't be more thankful. I love that guy.
So we talked about Coach Brown. Talk to me a little bit about Coach Nixon. What is it like playing in this system?
Coach Nixon's awesome, man. He's one of the best offensive minds I've been around, really knows how to kind of give your quarterback freedom and kind of ability to go out and play free. Our offense is pretty complex. We have a lot of different schemes, a lot of different things we're able to run, but it really goes because of the players we have, and really just working with Coach Nixon's been awesome. Super smart guy, knows when to call plays, knows kind of what I like, what our team likes, what we're good at. And, he's really just kind of put me in a position to go out there and play free and play well.
I love that. I did some research on Coach Nixon a few years ago. The amount that he allows for you all as quarterbacks to be involved in the game plan kind of peels the layers back every week. This is what we plan. This is what I like. What do you like? How is it having that type of transparency from your coordinator?
It's awesome, being able to go in there and meet with him and, have an open collaboration with him. You feel a part of ownership with the game plan as well. So being able to kind of sit with him, either it's the night before game, go through the call sheet, see what we like, kind of put some highlights down, some notes. It really helps you feel more prepared. You feel a lot more ownership, and it really makes it easier when you're out there going through the game and you kind of know what's already going to get called for the situation, the down and distance, no matter where it's at, just because of the relationship we have.
Wow, I love that. Tell me about a guy that's you're upperclassman now. Tell me about a freshman or a sophomore, a recently new transfer that you got that's really impressed you and that we should look out for this upcoming season.
I wouldn't say this guy's new. You guys have seen him before, but didn't really have much action last year. Umari Hatcher, guy that kind of, was struggling a little bit last year, coming back from injury and stuff. I mean, this guy's an absolute dude. I think you guys see what he was able to do 2 years ago, but this guy is an unbelievable playmaker, unbelievable person, and I'm really expecting him to have a big year for us.
So, of course, Coach Nixon and Coach Brown will get upset about this next question I'm going to ask. But you get a play call in the huddle. Don't tell me the name of the play. Maybe tell me a concept. You get it. You be like, oh, yeah, let's go. I'm ready to go.
I think we're a big, vertical passing team. Like push the ball down the field a little bit. So,
quarterback's dream.
Yeah, I think any of the vertical passing game that comes out, we got matchup nightmares all over, 2-on-1s. We got guys that can make plays everywhere. And then, obviously, if we got to check the ball down, our running backs can get what we need.
Wow. So let's say you're in the locker room pregame. You don't have whatever pregame meal you had. What are you doing to really lock into a game? Are you a quiet guy? I've heard people that's quiet guys. Some people like to listen to music. Some people like to just sit there in silence, like I just said. What do you like to do to really zen out and focus on and get locked in for the game?
Yeah, I like to keep it relaxed. I like to kind of just make sure I'm talking to my teammates, spending time with the O-line. It's really just kind of a loose, kind of relaxed feeling. I don't like to be too uptight or too quiet. Really just, making sure I trust my preparation, know that I've put in all the work for the week, and being able to go out there, play free, play relaxed, and make sure I'm just doing my job for my guys.
So what are some of your, I would ask you your individual goals for the season. I haven't had a quarterback yet that tell me their individual goals. So what are some of your team-oriented goals for this upcoming season?
For us, biggest thing is win. Put ourselves in a position to win the ACC, win the ACC championship game, put ourselves in a position to make the college football playoffs.
So I want to go back a little bit. We talked about the injury. When I say you were red hot, and you could see it. We saw Kyle McCord do it in 24. We see Steve Angeli is red hot in 25. That had to be yo, I was playing outstanding. Our team was balling out. And you could kind of see how it affected the team after you were out. Talk to me about just that mindset. Of course, you got to resolve, you bounce back. But talk to me, in that very moment, how did it feel?
Yeah, it's tough. You're kind of in a position where you kind of feel like you hit rock bottom for a second. And, I found myself talking to Coach Brown and really just saying, God, why? Why did this happen to me? And biggest thing he said to me is this is going to be one of the greatest things that will happen in your life. And at that point, I didn't really understand it. But now looking back, it gave me an opportunity to kind of get in the weight room a little bit more, get closer to some people, pray a little bit more, have an opportunity to kind of just look in the mirror and really see, what do I need to do, one, as a football player, as a person, and really just a member of, Syracuse. And it is tough, but, I'm really lucky to have Coach Brown with me, and he kind of helped me along the way through everything.
So I know you're a Jersey kid. What is that Jersey high school football scene like? You guys got some good players up there?
We got the best players. A lot of tough kids, a lot of tough players, and, I really credit, my early development to playing at Bergen Catholic, playing for Coach Vito, at Bergen Catholic, and New Jersey football is, a tough league up there.
Man, appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you.
Can you do me a favor? Look into that camera and say shout out to College Football Nation.
Shout out to College Football Nation.
Man, I can't wait to see you this upcoming season, brother. You have a
Appreciate
good one.
it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All righty. Steve Angeli, super excited to talk about, the moment I saw we had this interview, I wanted to have the opportunity to talk to him. So super excited about that. Shout out to creator director Mike. He's been able to make a lot of stuff happen and talking to a lot of people behind the scenes, organizing stuff. Mike, how did it sound? Everything sounded cool? Was he loud enough? I said, well, everything sounded cool. Was he loud enough? Did it project enough? All right, cool. So we got about 15 minutes before our next interview. with Mr. Drew Fabianich. I'll have to ask him the pronunciation of the Senior Bowl. We're going to get some inside look of that. We've had a great relationship with the Senior Bowl for a very long time. We are one of the partner networks on their website. Wanted to go this year. We had the crazy blizzard kind of everywhere on the East Coast. So really excited to see their vision. They're going to peel back the layers this year. We're going to see it from, their vantage point. Excited to have that conversation. I'm looking for my partner in crime. I do not see him. Yeah. So excited about that. It's been a great day. Really great day. Filled with a bunch of interviews. I see a lot of people are tuned in on our Twitter. A lot of people are tuned in on Governor College Football YouTube page. A lot of people tuned in on the CFB Nation page. We truly appreciate each and every person. I appreciate everybody that made this trip happen. It's a great time to be alive. I just got to be real about it. So let's talk about 2025 ACC predictions. And this is why year in and year out, you just never know who is going to be the best team in this conference. Last year, Clemson had 167 first-place votes for being the best team in the conference. I thought Clemson was one of the best teams in all of college football last year, not even just in this conference. And then it was Miami, who ended up being the second best team in this conference. SMU, Georgia Tech, Louisville, Duke, Florida State, North Carolina. I got one at 11 o'clock. Jalen is back. I wanted to ask you about your two interviews. How did they go, brother?
They did pretty good. They did pretty good. I said a lot.
Okay.
That's what I heard at least.
That's what you heard?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It's that Chi-Town slang, brother. Chi-Town slang.
It's just a 4.5.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So, let's talk about this 2025 predictions, right? And remember, 2024 was the last time they did it in the Big 12.
Yeah.
And I was a part of that. And so last year, the media predicted that Clemson would be the best team, then Miami, then SMU, then Georgia Tech, Louisville. This is not bad. Duke, Florida State was a miss. North Carolina, that was rough.
I don't know. I feel like if you watch college football, if you know college football, you knew North Carolina wasn't going to be that good.
And we missed on Wake and Cal and Virginia. So Wake had a really good record last year.
They did. I ain't going to say I was high on Wake Forest, but I was high on Robbie Ashford. I wanted him to be successful and everything.
Yeah.
So
I was high on Wake Forest after media days, after you all had to sit down and you guys talked to him, and everybody was just talking about how Coach Jake Dickert, like how much energy he pours into the team. Yeah, I was really excited about that.
I really want them to win. Talking like DeMond Claiborne and everything, I was like, oh man, I really want them to win now and everything.
So I had a great conversation with Steve Angeli, just talking football, bro, and I'm so happy he's back. And we were just talking about it. He was very honest. He's very candid saying how, why did this happen to me? Because he was having, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I think he was leading the nation in passing yards at the time that happened. And we saw that the year before, Kyle McCord did lead the nation in passing yards the year before. So Jeff Nixon has a very quarterback-friendly system. And we also discussed how, he peels back the layers. I had read this on him a couple of years ago when I was doing some research on him. And that, every week, the quarterback gets an input to what's going to go in the game plan. So I think that's really outstanding. So we're about 11 minutes away from our next interview. Senior Bowl director, Drew Fabianich. Really excited to talk down. I have a candid conversation with him. How do you feel? You probably feel marvelous, man. No more interviews for the rest of the day. How you feeling, brother? You probably ready to go get some grub, but
I went over there. It was like,
no, you're not done. You're not done. What did Kobe say? His job finished? Job not finished. Job not done. So we got. Let me let you guys know these next 2. I think we got 3 more interviews, isn't it? Fabianich.
Oh. That's how you say his name?
Yeah, that's how you say it. Fabianich. I think Drew Fabianich. Yeah, it's Fabianich. And Eddie Royal. And I believe we have one more special interview. I'm not sure if that's going to happen today, though. Yeah, remember yesterday at Park?
Yeah.
So, we may have one more interview, so.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you were trying to even it out and everything. Yeah, I do remember that.
So hopefully you got one more. So Coming up, top of the hour, we have Drew Fabianich at 11 a.m. And then 11
New senior board director, right?
Yep, new senior board director. So he's heading into his second year as a senior board director. Remember, Nagy took a position with Oklahoma as a GM, and Fabianich, I believe, was with the Cowboys. Spent some time at the NFL level. Spent some time with West Virginia.
Yeah.
At the collegiate level. So really excited to have a candid discussion with him. So after we talk with him, there'll be a little bit of time before we talk to Eddie Royal. And, that's going to be an outstanding time.
So what was your favorite moments talking to Angeli?
Angeli just I asked him what was his favorite play call to Hill and Huddle. I said don't say the play call, just give me the concept. 4 verts. Yeah. So that was probably my favorite moment. And then also when we discussed, I was like, this is the first year you don't have a quarterback battle. You're the unquestioned leader. I was like, how does that feel? Because quarterback battle at Notre Dame, quarterback battle last year with Collins. So it's just refreshing to hear he talks like a quarterback. I see him going to the NFL and being a coach. You see it. He said he's known Fran Brown since he was in middle school.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Both from Jersey. You can see it now. So it's just an outstanding interview.
Demetres, I talked to him. I love when he talked about talking trash. He talked about he was like he didn't care about individuals.
Okay.
He just focused on getting to the league.
How does he like playing?
Oh, he said 60-40. So coming season. DB, wide receiver.
Okay.
DB 60, wide receiver.
Okay.
He also said that the best trash talker on the team.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I asked him what some of his actions that he was looking for this coming season. He said, "I have to go."
Hey, they gotta be ready.
He don't really pay attention. He don't really pay attention to all that other stuff. And basically, from what I got from him, he should go out there and ball. He don't care about individual awards. He focuses on getting to the league. I asked him like why Syracuse, and then why he stayed at Syracuse coming off of freshman All-American season.
Right.
He said Coach Fran Brown. It seemed like the players really love Fran Brown.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. We always talked about how, I ain't played in a long time. I go try to get 5 yards from Fran, bro.
He talked about Fran Brown is the cornerbacks coach and the head coach.
Right.
He was like, so I'm always around him. He always expects lots of him. And he always tries to say he tried to raise the expectations.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it.
I could tell he was vibrant, had a lot of energy, and I think that's when you come here, that's what you want when you're talking to a lot of these players. So
now, I did ask him.
What you asked him?
I asked him was even if the ball goes 15 feet over wide receiver head, he's still gonna talk trash. He said if I'm close by, if I'm right there, yes. He said if I'm not, no. I was like, fine. He's still gonna talk trash. That's just the way DBs are.
DBs I was an elite trash talker myself playing DB. That's just what you do. You just talk,
But he's a really focused kid. It seems like.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell.
Antoine also focused kid as well.
He's really focused. Kind of. Where is he from? He tell you?
Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
Antoine?
Yeah.
Canada,
yes, Canada. Okay.
From Canada. States. I don't know what age. I know during high school. Right.
Yeah, he said he was in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
okay, that's interesting. So we are here live at ACC Media Days. Shout out to everybody that's watching this. I see that we have a lot of viewership because we're streaming this on various networks. I truly appreciate that. I said various networks. It's only one network. Streaming it on various platforms. This is the network. We're streaming it on various platforms. Jalen, what do you look forward to? About to have a little break. Not long, because you got to come back and talk to me before we get Eddie Royal. So, what do you plan on doing during that time? You gonna go into breakout rooms? You gonna go to chow? You gonna go to the?
Yeah. I go eat.
You may, hey, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend. So, I can't believe we got a Dabo clip.
That's a little down radio.
Yeah, he is, man. Interesting. we'll get the laugh about that later. Hold it down. I'm going to thank Mr. Tyler for sending us all his players.
Okay. Yeah, so KT talked about Steve Angeli. He talked about how Steve Angeli was very honest and truthful about last season, about the injury and everything, which is really important. When we get to this season, I mean, I have high expectations for Steve Angeli. I have high expectations for Syracuse. Really good quarterback before he got injured last year. He was one of the better quarterbacks in the ACC last year before he got injured.
Get up and then. Yes, sir. We are ready now.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Nice to meet you, Daniel Wilson.
Alrighty, you can sit down. We just asked project a little bit on this microphone. Alrighty, we have the Senior Bowl Director, Mr. Drew Fabianich. Did I say that correctly?
Correct.
Alrighty, appreciate you very much. So, I'm excited to have this conversation. We've been partnering on your website for a very long time with College Football Nation. I went down there in 2023. We had some of our guys down there in 2024. The storm this year just didn't allow it on the East Coast. We live in Virginia, so it didn't allow it. So really excited to talk to you because I know you've been pretty much at every level, NFL level, also at the collegiate level.
Don't miss college football at all. Ain't gonna lie.
So talk to me about some of the differences between being at the the NFL level, collegiate level, and then what you do now with the Senior Bowl.
The thing is about the NFL level and the Senior Bowl, it's almost exactly the same thing that I was doing anyway. Because being national scout and assistant director and all that, I saw everybody in the country. And there was only 2 people in the building that saw everybody in the country because it was broken down by area and then regional and then national. The nationals were the only guys that saw everybody. Well, that's what I do now. And we have area scouts that, work with, have 9 area scouts, plus we have 4 people in-house that evaluate tape. We got 13 people that actually evaluate players. That's no different than a college scouting department, for the NFL. So that's the easy part. It was set up that way by Phil Savage, then Jim Nagy continued it. Now I continued it. I just changed up some of the people. Again, we have around 140 years of NFL scouting experience on those staff. 9 area scouts plus. So we're not missing a lot of players.
No.
And that helps us evaluate players the right way also. The collegiate side, gosh, I don't even know where to start. I was probably one of the first real general managers, and it changed every 5 minutes. It's still changing every 5 minutes. I think that it's so broken that something needs to be done, because if not, university is going to lose Olympic sports. The money is going to run out. Private equity, I don't think, is the answer, because then it's going to be about profit and business, which universities aren't about that. That's just my personal opinion. It's about, bettering yourself for a non-professional life also. Where's your degree from? I kid around about, hey, the Duke guys, well, I wish I had a real degree like Duke. That's important. Life after football is important. And if something doesn't happen soon, like I said, I think it's rolling down the hill the wrong way. I do. Something's got to be done.
Do you think the Protect College Sports Act can help?
I think it could help.
Legitimize some of it?
I think there's a lot more to it than just that. I know why some people are against it, because they don't want a level playing field.
Right.
But I think you have to at least make it like the NFL, have a real salary cap, structure just like the NFL, have penalties for, overages, have, real penalties, not this, hey, we'll slap you in the hands, you can't for 2 weeks. No, monetary penalties, lose your job penalties. Because, like I said, it's a wild, wild west now, and nobody's following the rules, and nobody's holding them accountable. Nobody.
Wow, that's an outstanding take. No, I love it. We want people to be real here. That's an outstanding take.
I'm real now.
Talk to me about what it takes. You are preparing, 51 weeks out of the year for this outstanding event. And if you have not been to Mobile, Alabama, you need to get there. It's a beautiful event. Talk to me what that preparation is like to work that hard, to get these players here. And then also, you guys it's not just FBS guys. It's FCS guys. I've seen you bring in HBCU guys every year as well.
Well, somewhat. Yeah. Not as much as before. Because I'll say this to everybody. The college football has rated the HBCUs, has rated the G5s.
It has.
Because of the portal. And so they're doing their job, but it's making my job easier. It used to be where, when I was scouting years ago, that there might be 60 players outside of P4. Now there's like maybe 15. That's it. Because they're all bumped up. Now they're all taken. They're all poached. And, again, the event you're talking about, and I say this to people, where can you go to watch more draftable players at one place at one time?
Nowhere else.
Nowhere. Is at Ohio State, Michigan, is all 22 going to get drafted? At Auburn, Alabama, all 22 going to get drafted?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Senior Bowl, all of them are getting drafted. 91 of them got drafted this year. 100% of them got chances at minicamp or are in camps right now. So, and the ticket's very inexpensive. Parking's very inexpensive. You could bring your family for less than $300, to the game. Less. I'm talking probably have concessions for that too. So, and where can you go? Like I said, and practices are open to the public. Where can you get that for free, and then go to the game and have that experience, that amount of money? So guess what? Fly into Mobile. You can fly into Pensacola, right? You can drive down, right? Why not spend that kind of money and see those draftable players?
And have some knowledge on who some of these guys are.
Yeah, and put it this way, and follow us on X. Follow the Senior Bowl. Follow myself. I'm DFAB SB. We're starting a podcast in August, which will be huge because we're going to have guests every single week that will go over things that you're asking, the process, how important the game is. Talking about players later on. When it gets closer, we're going to release our 300 on there. We'll release our invite list on there. For every draftnik out there that's interested in the process, it's going to be a huge deal. It starts in August, like August 14th.
Yes. They talked to, and I wanted to talk to you about that because before it was almost like a weird idiosyncrasy of how the process worked. So to actually have the process in front of you, that's gonna, I think, not only give everybody the intel that they want for the draft guys, but you talking about the access, being a brand ambassador for the Senior Bowl, it couldn't get better than that.
Yeah, and that's what we try to do. And like I said, a lot of people that have a chance to be there, all you got to do is find your way down there.
I love it. So when you finally so this is your first season as a director, when the last practice closed, getting ready for the game on that Saturday, what was that feeling like? You standing, I don't know if you were on the field or if you was at the press box watching the game. What was that feeling like knowing you had put all of this work in to get ready for this one game?
Oh, I couldn't breathe until after the game was over with. And then I'm not gonna lie to you. Now I had a vodka the size of my head after the game was over with on Saturday. Because it's hard. People don't realize just the logistics alone was brutal last year because of the ice storm. We had to bring the players in 3 days early. Normally they're on Sunday night. We had to bring them in on Friday. So we had to, feed them, put them up for 3 nights. Budget went through the roof, but, again, the players our drop rate was the lowest it had been in 3 years. And we had them for 3 more days even.
Wow.
So
that's incredible.
It was a good deal, but, again, was it a relief? Yes. What's funny, though, is 2 weeks later, I cleared the board and we started all over again. So I wanted to get ahead. Last year, I felt behind the whole year. This year, I feel like I understand the cadence of what has to happen when, and I finished it. So it's been good.
It's been good. That's fantastic to hear. So to clear the board, it's almost like the final scene in Friday Night Lights, where you see the coach taking off the names of the players that are going to play at the next level or have graduated. That has to be pretty special in the grand scheme of things. So talk about being a brand ambassador for the Senior Bowl, because it's a lot of fundraising work, I would assume, being in that role.
Well, the fundraising is not just locally, but it's also nationally. We're negotiating TV rights right now, and it may or may not be on ESPN and the NFL Network.
Really?
It may be on another network. Like I said, we're in negotiations right now with 3 or 4 different people. We're also in discussions about practice sponsorships, different corporate companies, national companies. The podcast is, we're going to have title sponsors for that too. It costs a lot of money to put this game on, and you have to fundraise, you have to go out and you have to build a foundation around what this game costs, because if you don't, you can't put it on. And if you hadn't been, it's well put on. It is a clean product. It's a wonderful product, and I kid around about the people in town. Is it a game with a cocktail party or a cocktail party with a game? And they say a little bit of both. So, I mean, it is. It's a great tailgating process. It's big to the town. The city supports it incredibly well. I got a great team. I mean, we got 9 full-time people. Got over 300 quote committee members that are volunteers that help out. Community's been fabulous. I mean, Mobile's a wonderful place to have this, and it's supported the game so long. I mean, I think it's the 78th game.
Wow.
So there's not many All-Star games you can say it's been in place not even 4 years, but say 78 years. I mean, that's huge, And again, premier All-Star game always has been, always will be.
I agree with that 1,000%. Who was someone at last year's event that really impressed you? You see them put the work in during practice, probably helped their draft stock really well.
Well, we had 15. I picked out 15 of the biggest gainers, and I have access to their grades from other teams, before they come in.
Right.
And then where they end up going. Well, we had 15 players that I said, these guys increased their value the most from where they were projected to where they went from the game, because they didn't play in another game.
Right, that helped boost their stock. Right.
Out of those 15 players, difference in 4 contracts on those 15 players was $86 million.
Astonishing.
Chris Johnson made $13 million difference in his, because he was rated as a 4th and the 1st. Keelan Rudd was rated a 3rd. He went in the 1st. Caleb Banks, 3rd, and went in the 1st. I mean, that's how important the game can be to these players. And when they see that, I mean, if agents aren't smart enough to figure out that's 3% that they could have, well, then they're not smart enough to put the players in. Or they're say, oh, well, he doesn't need to play in the game. Yeah, they do. Because the league wants you to go through that process. It does.
So what is the selection process like, as far as, I know every year we have coaches from the NFL level to come through and help out, whether it's coordinators, head coaches. What is that selection process like to see who's going to, help these players learn a new playbook?
It goes through the league, and it's an accelerator program. It's younger coaches coaching up. This year we're going to have full staffs just because we're so tight on the window from the end of the season to our game because of Mardi Gras. So we're going to go back to the full staffs. And the league will pick those 2 teams. Normally it's the 2 last place teams get the advantage of coaching in the game because you get to know the players better. So that's how it's going this year. That's the selection process.
So Senior Bowl week for us is evergreen content. We're there, we're live, we get to go live just like we're live right now and talk about players that really impress us day to day. But from your vantage point, it's really different. You're constantly talking to teams, constantly talking to your partners. What is that week like for you?
Well, again, I don't get to watch a lot of practice,
right?
Because a lot of these head coaches are coming down. I've got to say hello to them, got to let them get with their players, and that's not just the ACC. That's the SEC, and that's the Big Ten, and that's every conference out there. Because we had over 50 coaches show up last year.
Wow!
and NFL coaches, come down and they're on the field too. Again, I'm doing interviews for NFL Network, ESPN, Sirius Radio. I mean, all the partners that are involved in our broadcast. Do I get to sit back and relax? No. Is it really important to get all those people together? Yes. And to see all those coaches, on our X, to see it on our content. Now, going to be able to see it on our podcast.
Yep.
I mean, what kind of recruiting tool can you not use? I mean, we had every Miami player committed. And they were coming until they played in the national championship game.
Yep.
And then they were like, well, 3 of them were hurt, or I didn't want them to play. And then 2 of them were beat up so bad that they went 27 straight weeks. And then 2 still played in the game.
That's incredible.
And you want to talk about Warriors. I mean, but that's a great recruiting tool. I mean, you don't think that, Mario's going to say, hey, we had 8 guys that were invited to the Senior Bowl. Well, yeah, that's a great recruiting tool. Georgia Tech, Keelan Rutledge went from 3rd to a 1st-round pick because of the Senior Bowl. I mean, and they have access to me. This is a relationship, business too. All these coaches have my number. All of them I've talked to. And they might say, hey, this guy, kind of blew it up over the last 6 weeks. And maybe my area scouts didn't see, because we can't see everything.
Right.
But now I go back and I watch those guys and I say, well, hey, he did play well enough to get an invite. Or he didn't play well enough, coach. He's 6 guys out. If 6 guys go down or 6 guys decide not to play, then he'd be an invite. That's how this works. This is about relationships. That's why I'm here. Relationships with coaches and relationships with the players. Now, I'm not recruiting players, because, again, they know the Senior Bowl is the most.
Absolutely.
It's about them putting a face with a name when I talk to them later and say, hey, looking forward to having you, letting them know I'm watching. Okay?
Who's some players in the ACC, maybe here or did not show up here, that you were really impressed with? You may keep your eye on this upcoming year.
Well, I mean, I just finished the I think it's Hazley, the tight end from Duke. One of my favorite tight ends. Rawls, the corner from Florida State, one of my favorite corners. Copeland, 3 technique from Virginia Tech. Watched him last year, thought he was coming out. Like his game. There's a lot of them here. I wish I could remember all by name.
Right. You deal with so many names.
Lubin from Louisville. Love his tape too. I mean, there's a lot of them.
I like Louisville a lot.
Yeah. I mean, again, I've got eyes on all of them. I already met all of them. I mean, I've already evaluated them. Just put it this way, I'm not going to come down and talk to them unless I'm watching.
Right.
So I did before I came here, just like I already did all the SEC guys, because I'm rolling from here into SEC Media Days next week. I want to be able to talk to them if they got questions. Like Deuce Robinson asked me, he said, what do I need to work on? I said, you need to work on your hip flexibility because you're not great in and out of your routes.
Wow.
I said, because you're a large, long man.
Yeah,
I said, you got to open up your hips. You got to do Pilates. You got to do yoga. He's like, funny, I just started doing Pilates. Like, so there we go.
So what you were telling him, some of it he was already starting to do.
Yeah.
So I got one final question for you. One of my favorite events in the Senior Bowl, when you start to get some of these real player heights, because we know that some of these schools and these players boost their heights. What is that like when you see a player? You may even can eye it in person before they even step on the scale and they get measured for their height. What is that like, seeing some players? I don't want you to mention any players, of course, but seeing them like, wow, you're not your listed height. What is that like?
I know a lot of them aren't their listed height. Trust me, I coached. I know that. I put it this way: I'm 5'0", I was listed at 5'11". Okay, I know. So it's always like, oh, he's listed at 6'3.5". Okay, he's 6'2.5". It is what it is. That doesn't bother me. Right. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, it's something like like I said, evergreen content.
If you play small, if you play short, I usually know that you're small and short.
So that makes a lot of sense. So will you be at SEC Media Days this year? Alrighty, yes. So we'll be there as well. We're gonna try to catch up with you. I appreciate your time, brother. Thank you so much.
You guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. You have a good one.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Hey, that was fun. That was really fun. Absolutely.
I gotta head back up.
Alrighty, I'll see you in a few days. We'll reach out to your team and try to schedule the next one at SEC. Okay. Molly Miller gonna be down there? Yeah. Absolutely, we'll do. Appreciate you, brother. Drew Fabianich, director of the Senior Bowl. I had outstanding conversations with him. Jalen, come on back. I think I got about 4 more minutes before my next interview. 10? Eddie Royal?
Eddie Royal.
It's at 11:40, so yeah, we got some time. Come on, sit on down, brother. Huh? Nah, I'm good. We're going to stay live, brother. Stay all the way live in 95. We good. I'm about to say you guys can, though. I'm going to go to Chow right after and stop the stream after the Eddie Royal interview. Great conversation with Drew. And it's interesting because I think he and Jim Nagy have very different personalities. And that is exciting. I can see why, when Nagy committed to the Oklahoma job, I can see the interest in Drew Fabianich. He is one of those really serious guys, but he's hilarious, bro. Like, so it's like he's like one of those type of personalities. So we talked about a lot of stuff. I don't know if you heard any of it. We talked about the player heights. That's one of the, like, you know what I'm saying? And I was asking him about, the Senior Bowl's evergreen content for us.
Yeah.
For him, it's a nightmare. Like, he's got to accommodate coaches, and he was talking about the selection process for, the staffs that help throughout the Senior Bowl with the players, and he was telling me about some of the players he has his eye on for this upcoming season in the ACC. So we're going to continue the conversation at the SEC. So I'm excited about that. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good. Hungry.
Kind of hungry? You ready to go to Chow?
Wish I got breakfast.
Hey, man, I heard that. That is exciting.
What's you looking forward to in the Eddie Royal interview?
Eddie Royal, I'm going to ask. You know what I'm going to ask him about. That night when he torched D'Angelo Hall. That's what I'm going to ask him about. And then just talk to him about, the differences in, playing the game versus now, being an analyst and talking the game. So I'm excited about that. And the fact that he did it to D'Angelo Hall, and I believe they spent some time together at Virginia Tech, that's hilarious, man.
Have you talked to him before?
No, I haven't. It's my first time. Well, I've talked to him in passing at one of the ACC media days. I said, why you do D-Hall like that? He's like, I had to, man.
Yeah, maybe give you like the backstory. Like,
I need the backstory, yeah.
D'Angelo Hall's talking trash, because we know D'Angelo Hall is a trash talker.
Uh-huh.
We also know him get cooked for being trash talker.
Yeah.
That's DeAndre Hopkins, but yeah. So the only story I know about D'Angelo Hall is DeAndre Hopkins and when he picked off Jay Cutler like 4 times in the game.
That is hilarious, man.
But so what was some of your favorite answers from the Drew interview?
To me, it was like he revealed something I don't think nobody knew.
What?
And it got revealed here. He said that the Senior Bowl may not be on ESPN and NFL Network next year. He said we're looking for a new partner right now. Maybe it could be CFP. He could be the brand.
It can be.
Maybe it can be the brand. So that was just pretty cool. That he announced that here, man. It was good. It was cool because you could tell he's excited to be here. He's like looking at himself in the camera like that. That's pretty cool.
Like live.
Yeah. So that live element is cool. But like I say, I love talking to all sorts of people. Like, to me, he got like type of humor I like. I have that type of humor, like real dry humor. It's sneaky. You better keep up because you might miss something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how you was clowning me about 2K yesterday. Like, you just gotta keep up, bro.
That wasn't no humor. That wasn't humor.
It's all good,
The only
bro.
humor was me and Mike.
Yeah. Y'all had y'all a laugh. But y'all gonna see when we get back and I'm on that game and I get my 5 versus y'all 5, and it's gonna be bad.
Oh,
That's what y'all gonna see.
Yeah, shout out to people in chat. Shout out Moon. I seen them.
Hey, is that Mr. Wells? My God, how's it going, brother? Hey, doing pretty well, man.
Yeah, shout out to people in chat. I seen Moon coming. Travis Shuttleworth.
Got the guy behind us. Mr. Franklin.
Yes, Frank speaking.
Yeah. So, what were we talking about?
I was talking about people in chat.
Yeah. You said people in chat?
Yeah.
But
It was just Moon, Travis Shuttlesworth. D-Now was in there earlier.
okay, that's what's up, man.
But yeah, we was just kind of chatting a little bit about Eddie Royal and everything. We was talking about some of your favorite answers from
Yeah.
Drew, and he said how he mentioned that the Senior Bowl might not be on ESPN next year.
Yeah, that was like almost like bum, 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 like breaking news, dude.
Yeah.
Like, so I didn't know that. So they're looking for a provider now. It wouldn't be surprising if they figured that out, but I could see Fox being a huge player here for sure. Cause
NBC also.
oh
might
yeah,
be.
NBC could be a huge player as well. So it'll be exciting to see where they end up with that.
You know, NBC trying to get back to the whole. I mean, they've been in the sports thing, but you know they got the NBA now. They might look at Fox maybe. I don't know. It would make sense for Fox. They already do college football stuff. They already do NFL stuff. It kind of would make sense. Although I don't know how much. They don't do many sports stuff around that time. By that time, they're kind of done.
Yeah,
right?
they're college basketball, right?
Oh, yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they're college basketball around that time period. So.
But yeah. Did he say anything else to you that was very interesting?
Everything he said to me was interesting. He said that he's so glad he's out of college football. He said it was a mess then and it's a mess now. But he said,
That's true.
yeah, kind of what you were saying earlier,
Yeah.
right? So it was something really paramount he had said. Because I asked him, I was like, do you think to protect college sports act will help? He said, it'll help.
He said what?
He said it'll help, but it's not the end all be all.
Okay.
You know? And he said we need other things. He said, because some of these teams are running out of money.
Yeah.
And he called it the Wild Wild West. It's something that we call it all the time. So I think we're in a moment where we're so close. We're so close to it being that golden era that Joel Klatt talks about all the time, but yet so far away until we get some of this stuff buttoned up. And it's not the game in the fall. That's the thing I think people need to truly understand. Like, it's still beautiful in the fall. It's just after that, once we start talking about portal, I learned more about lawyer stuff and court stuff this year than I ever have.
I get
Covering the
tired of all
game.
that. I get tired of seeing all that lawyer and court stuff. Cause the whole Swordsby stuff got tired. I'm like, bro, I'm sick.
Granted a temporary injunction. How many
Yeah.
times did we see that? Trinidad Shambliss.
Yeah.
We saw it with Brendan Swordsby. We seen it with, there was another player as well that, like, we seen that way too. Oh, Darian Mensah from Duke to be able to go to Miami. So it's like you just have to learn all of this new verbiage. So I just started studying some of it because I covered the Brendan Swordsby situation a great deal.
Yeah, I got tired of seeing all that. Like the British Swordsby stuff really killed me. I'm like, bro, this is mental.
I think the only person that wasn't tired of that information was me. Like, I know Nino was tired of it, Moon was tired of it, Boomer was tired of it, Dino was
It's the
tired
same
of
thing
it.
every time.
It was, but it was, to me, in the off season you gotta find evergreen content.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to me it was just evergreen. It was something that, lead story, start thinking about SEO, CTR, all that stuff. It just mattered. It just matters that much more. So to me that's what was incredible about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Was there any other takeaways from that interview?
I think we covered them all. Like, honestly, there was more I wanted to ask him, but we got the time clock. He's already committed to an interview at SEC Media Day, so I can't wait for us to talk there.
Oh yeah, man. Immediate.
Yeah. We're gonna talk there. So, how you feeling, man? After the first 2 days,
Feeling good.
it's the weird thing is, it's like we know there's an event going on, but
Yeah,
it's like
it
it's two separate events.
Yeah.
Because we're not in the auditorium. Of course, we get the transcripts, so I look at the transcripts later, kind of figure out what was being said.
Yeah.
There were definitely some teams I wanted to meet with, especially like in a breakout room, but not sure that'll happen because we've been live we're heading into our third hour of being live, so it's been a great time, fun time, outstanding show. What's been your favorite moment though? Like your favorite individual moment? Was it? He's a conversationalist.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Talks with a great deal of authority, but I think the
He does.
military kind of
Yeah,
allows you to be that
he
way.
kind of talked about. Cause I asked him like, how did the military kind of prepare him to step in the position that he is now and everything? And he kind of mentioned like, responsibility. I think he said discipline, other things like that that taught him and stuff like that. But yeah, Tom Luginbill was also a great interview. I wish I got to talk to him a little more.
He's a kindred spirit.
Yeah.
I like Tom Luginbill.
That was one of my favorite moments. I wonder what's up tomorrow with North Carolina. I want to see Belichick again. I'm not as pressed as I was last year. I already saw him.
Looking at tomorrow's schedule,
He's gonna be there at 2.
We have some early ones, and then we have a late one. I'll get the late one. You have the two earlier ones, if I'm not mistaken.
'Cause I gotta leave.
Yeah,
At some point.
you got to leave. So tomorrow we'll actually spend more time on the go. But I'm going to see if we can get a mobile setup or a wireless setup where we can go live from the phone and use the wireless mics, because we'll spend more time in the breakouts and in the auditorium tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. Day 2, nothing may beat this at the ACC, but not even last year. Like we've interviewed so many guys. There was one day last year we interviewed, like, I think, was it all the Wake players and all the Cal players?
That was the second day.
That was, yeah. So day 2 is like peak for ACC media days for sure. So one last interview left, maybe 2. I'm excited to meet with Eddie Royal. We will meet with him within the next 15 minutes. Excited just to have ball talk with him. I'm gonna talk to the football player, but then I want to talk to the analyst. I want to see how he feels about some of these teams and give him a couple of those questions I like to ask, man.
Wait. What you asked me about?
Yeah.
Excellent. So how do you feel about Tech going? You want to know?
That don't matter. That don't matter. Yeah. So yeah, you're crazy.
75. Like down here now. But.
76. So I'm excited. The optimism is real.
Yep.
To me, and it's not because he's right there, but to me it was.
Oh no, me and you have talked good about Stan Franklin going to Virginia. We were high on the hire whenever he got hired.
Right. So to me it was the immediate buy-in from everybody. They used the board to find their coach. They found their guy. He did the most important thing, which was retaining Brent Pry as his defensive coordinator, because they had Magic up there in Happy Valley at Penn State.
Yep.
So, did that. Then the AD search. Very vocal in the AD search. He said, hey, I want a guy that's football-oriented. You know? And said it a multitude of times. And they get their guy. He is football-oriented. So, the buy-in in a place that hasn't been plentiful as it pertains to resources.
Yeah.
Get the AD. Get a coach. Now you have a reason to believe. This is a team that lost a little brother, Old Dominion, a season ago. You know? So I think that chip on his shoulder, I think he's going to carry that with him. And I expect great things from them this upcoming season. Now, what does that look like in a record? I'm not sure. Because the ACC is the unknown. We just went over the predictions that we had last year versus what the reality was. We hit on some of them, but we didn't hit on a lot of them. When I say we, not us, but I'm just talking about as a whole. When we did a prediction, so I'm excited. Are there teams in the conference I like as far as roster construction better than them? Yes. There's just some things I would like to see from them, but I'm a Hokie fan, so it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to come down to a game.
He was like, I don't remember, was it Dave Epstein who was your favorite team?
Yeah.
Like, tough visions. Like, I'm like,
you didn't know that?
No.
I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it much. Yeah.
I assume like Nebraska, Miami.
Miami? I'm not a Miami fan. I hate Miami, bro.
You were bigging them up last season.
I mean, college football, if you play well, I'm going to big you up. Some people probably assume Indiana, too. Nah, you play well, I'm going to big you up, bro.
I knew you're not NBA fan.
Nah. That's the Hokies.
Yeah, I would thought like Nebraska.
When you go to a game, you'll see why.
Because even in the past, the fake sellout stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, even in the past, you always talk.
Well, as an adolescent, as a kid it was. But, I'm in media now. I'm in VA now. So it's definitely the Hokies, man.
Yeah, okay.
You gotta see Enter Sandman once. I saw Enter Sandman and Sandstorm the same game. Imagine. What is?
Okay.
No, which one?
Enter Sandman.
You know they kind of formulated a miniature earthquake out there, right?
I know.
Just saying, but what's your opinion on Texas?
Somebody got a new coach, though. They didn't win a record.
Yeah.
I don't care about traditions if you're not good.
Traditions matter. I was going to always be, that 9-3 team because of Kirk Ferentz. But, the wave matters.
Yeah. Some traditions I care about.
Jump around. Wisconsin has been awful, but at the end of the third quarter, I want to see jump around.
I don't. I don't.
Ah, man, this guy needs help, brother.
You're losing. What's the jump around for? What's the jump around for you losing?
I feel you, brother, but that's crazy. That is insane, bro. That is insane, man.
Like into the same. What's the point in the same, man?
Dude, so when you there, I've had 2 moments as media where
No, it is pretty cool. I have watched it live. It is pretty
it's
cool.
different when you there. So I don't do drugs, right?
Yeah, you told me this over before.
I'm gonna tell you again because you gotta understand it. But you not there, bro. You there, but you not there.
Yeah.
Because what's gonna happen is your soul gonna leave your body, bro. And then you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how it is. Clemson was the only other one. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Was Clemson when they walked down at the Rock? Is that what you're talking about?
Nah, it was me and Moon had got to the game. It was the day we went to 3 games in one day. And normally when you go to a game, you see a sea of the team's colors, right? And then you see patches of the other team. It was all orange, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like orange and white or orange and blue for Syracuse. So, like that's what it was like. So, like those been the only 2 moments. Every other game I've been fine, but like there's some game day environments. Like Bridgeforth Stadium, JMU, crazy environment, bro. They throwing out the little drinks on the field when they score a touchdown. But I'm just talking about like where I'm stuck. Like Moon had to call me, bro. He's like, yo, snap out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Virginia Tech one, I told you the story. I'm gonna tell them the story again because they know the story. Like one of the local Tech video guys was like, man, welcome to Virginia. And he smacked me on the shoulder, and then that's when I snapped back out of it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only way I can explain it, bro. Like it's especially at nighttime.
Yeah, I don't like traditions that look better at nighttime than not at daytime. I feel
That's
like,
fair. That's fair.
Like, cause then I feel like I hate when they try to do the whiteout
It always
and it's in the daytime. It looks ugly to me.
that whiteout game was crazy last year, though. I will say that.
Or Ohio State tried to do the red out thing.
Uh-huh.
First of all, Ohio State Stadium, they got one of the ugliest stadiums in America.
What's your beef with Ohio State, bro?
That stupid pole behind the field goal thing is so ugly. It's so ugly.
Are you upset because they like thrashed y'all last year? Like, what's your beef, bro?
No. The stadium was just ugly.
All right.
And they had no tradition. Their stadium sucks. Their fans suck at the
So
stadium.
all my Ohio State fans, Pops, Travis Shuttlesworth, get him, bro. Like, holla at him, bro.
Like, the stadium's ugly. I don't know what to tell you. They don't ugly. Their fans aren't as good as Michigan fans.
We're here. What's your favorite traditions in college football? Give me 5.
Huh?
Favorite traditions in college football? Give me 5.
I love the way
Uh-huh.
Iowa.
That's arguably the best one.
I like Clemson.
Walt.
I think it's Into the Sandman is pretty good.
Yeah. It's very good.
Oh, Florida State,
Oh my god.
yeah, Florida State.
Oh
that's,
my god.
That's actually my favorite one.
Oh my. That's why Florida State has to be good, bro. I just remember in the 90s that bone chilling, like
Yeah.
coming through the television, bro, and
Yeah, the Florida State one.
yeah.
That was always my dad's favorite one when I was growing up. Like, he always had me watching football. Florida State was actually good growing up. When I was growing up, and when you were growing up, like, my dad used to have the Florida State games on. He used to, like, man, that's my favorite college football tradition. Like,
I'm gonna tell you another great one that I've
What?
been a part of. Went to a Navy game in Annapolis. They scored a touchdown. I don't know if they like the freshman cadets run on the field and have to do push-ups. They don't care if you're there. I'm not a big guy, but any stretch of the imagination, bro. Almost got ran over, dog. Like they literally like it's probably like 150 of them
yeah.
running full speed. And however many touchdowns they got, they doing push-ups.
Man.
That's a crazy
So they
tradition.
got 7 touchdowns on the season? Or
No,
you talking about
in
during
a
the
game, like points.
Like they got,
yeah. So let's say let's say
28
score,
points.
yeah, they're doing 28 push-ups,
Man.
but they don't give you a warning. They just the only thing that helped me that the security guy said, "Yo, back up." Yeah, I backed up a little bit, but I ain't back up enough.
Yeah, you
Bruh.
back up. You
Yeah, man,
have
I'm
to back
like,
up that
bro,
much.
I'm from Leverett. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, okay, all right, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So Yeah, Florida State probably number one for me.
I like it. I like it. You can't be mad at that.
Yeah, I love Clemson. Into the Sandman is pretty good. I think it's Penn State's overrated.
D210 Sports Network. It's an insider. We can't tell them. They won't know about it, but we know about it. You know, you saw what I was talking about?
What?
The D210 Sports Network.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, I didn't see what you was talking about at first. I did see one whenever I was standing over there talking and everything.
Yeah. Where did they go to Chow?
I'm guessing they did.
Okay, we got roughly 5 minutes into our interview with Eddie Royal. Trying to see if I see Amanda. I don't see her. Shout out to Miss Amanda. I do see my guy right here, so I think he's gonna be coming up next. Oh yeah, Eddie Royal's right there.
Where's he at?
I see him. He's right. He's a couple tables. I don't like pointing. He's a couple tables down to your right.
Oh, okay. I like Oklahoma's tradition with the carriage running out. Oh, they do that every home game?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of traditions, man. The pageantry of college football, you just gotta love it, man.
I'm trying to look up something because I think some schools be having fake traditions. Like I know Alabama, you got you just win. Well, you did win Ohio State, man.
They still win now. They were in the playoff.
They win, but
one of my favorite moments last year. And hopefully I get a chance to interview Brent Venables and ask him about this. Not ACC related, but we're just having a conversation. When Brian grew up, was saying, hey, yeah, we know that Brent Venables is like this great sign stealer. Like right before the game and say, yeah, we've changed everything up. Like, and then they lost. That's one of my favorite moments from last year, bro.
I also enjoy Notre Dame.
Oh yeah.
When they play like a champion, they go in
and they smack. Yeah. That's one of the classic ones.
That's also because I think my dad, when I was kids, that's his favorite team.
Yeah.
So
my dad like Notre Dame and Ohio State. I don't know how you do that, but he like both.
Yeah, as a fan, that was his thing. Well, that is his favorite team still, but that was. I grew up watching the big games, so it was like, oh yeah, Notre Dame was on ABC. They don't need no conference. Yeah, that was always a big thing. That's when they had like Everett Golson. That's my favorite Notre Dame quarterback of all time. So yeah, not CJ Carr. Dang sure not Jimmy Clausen. He was the quarterback when I became a fan of college football.
It was a tragedy, man. I'm surprised it just didn't work out. But
Deshaun Kaiser actually might be my favorite. I ain't gonna.
Kaiser was cold.
Deshaun Kaiser was my guy. He was my guy. I still remember.
Go ahead, continue.
Him and Will Fuller connecting for a touchdown in the game winner against Virginia in week 1, I think, because it was somebody got hurt. But
right.
Malik Zaire, I think, was the quarterback name for Notre Dame at the time. But I think you're about to interview Eddie Royal pretty soon.
Yes. So we got an interview coming up at 11:40. Kind of keeping an eye out. He's still talking now, so you see where he's at. So creative director Mike is back. You gonna be here for the Eddie Royal interview? You gonna be here for the Eddie Royal interview? Did you already go to Chow? You already went to Chow? Chow. Lunch. No. Okay. Okay. Now that's what's up, man. Hey, Director Mike, man. Oh, what's up, man? Come say what's up to the people, man. You gotta come say what's up to the people, man.
What's going on, y'all? Getting to work,
He's putting a lot of work in behind the scenes, orchestrating a lot of the interviews, and we truly do appreciate the work that he's doing behind the scenes. Also, shout out to my guy, CFB Moon, put out a bunch of articles on the website yesterday. Still making it happen, and even though he's not here in Charlotte with us, so shout out to my brother, Jalen. Are you about ready to enjoy the rest of yourself? You going to Chow now, or you going to wait until I finish, bro?
I don't know, I might wait.
I mean, you can go. I'll meet you in that joint. Got one final interview. I'm excited for it. It's been a great day of content. We're gonna kind of chop it up over chow, y'all, and then we'll decide what we're gonna do as far as the rest of the content for the rest of the day. But I appreciate each and everybody that has been in here. And so I think I'm getting all type of messages, but we're doing well, doing really well. It's been a fun day. We figured out the mic situation, bro.
Yeah,
That's been pretty cool. Yeah, it was rough, but we figured it out. We got it solidified.
And what should I look for Boston? We haven't talked to Boston College. That's the school we haven't talked about at all.
We haven't talked about
What
it.
any outlook for them? I've been waiting for Eddie Roy. You have any outlook? What is your outlook for them, actually?
Boston College is a weird conversation for me for a multitude of reasons. Number one, where are we at with Coach Bill O'Brien?
What's the last season?
Like the record?
Yeah.
It wasn't good. Yeah, you can pan. Yeah, you go. Go ahead. So it's I think things are real tense up there. When you think about everything that's going on at Boston College, you think of the previous regime and how welcoming he was to the media versus Coach O'Brien, who kind of runs a really strict program. I don't know. I have a hopeful outlook, but I'm not sure. Without them putting wins together, not sure if that regime remains. So that's where I'm at with Boston College.
Yeah, Boston College is kind of a hard school to gauge because you don't really expect them to do too much really ever. I mean, they're not a football school. They're not like a basketball. I don't know. Are they rugby or something?
Right.
Baseball. I don't know.
Right. But they've had years. They've had years where they've been really good. It's one of those things where it's like wait and see. But I'm hopeful. But talking to Nino's there. Nino goes to all of the games. Just my conversations with him. I think he wants to be optimistic. I think if we had to rate the optimism, it's cautiously optimistic when we're looking at BC. So I've loved some of the additions that they made to their roster for sure. But we just have to see, man. We have to see. Because this is a team a few years ago under Jeff Hafley that, Thomas Castellanos was booming. They had a great time running the ball. I think Jeff Hafley was more media friendly. Let me tell you how media friendly this guy was. We did an interview with him with Nino. Nino was not here. It was over the computer. The man has the patience of a saint. And I think Bill O'Brien, he's old school, man. Hey, I've done this at every level. Done it at high college football. Now I'm doing it at mid-tier college football. Done it in the NFL.
Yeah.
So, I think, got a lot of old school principles there. So, like I said, I'm optimistic. I want to go to a few games this year. And we'll see. It's a wait and see. For a lot of teams, this early in the season, it's wait and see. Fall camp, I think we get clear answers as far as you start to look at some of the position battles, but it's wait and see for a lot of it.
Yeah, that's just interesting thing because nobody really talks about it. I'm never talking about Boston College.
Yeah. It's a great question, but
the stepchild, I guess.
Yeah. I want to see what the momentum is, so I'll go back and look at.
They're hard team to gauge. Like Vanderbilt a couple years ago, we didn't know Vanderbilt was going to be that good.
Oh, we didn't. But the belief in Clark Lee was there. The belief in Barton Simmons was there. We just didn't know what they would end up being. So I think every year we get a team that say, okay, I see you. Like maybe outside of you and everybody else in Charlottesville, like who was super high on UVA last year?
Yeah.
They really could have won the conference last year.
So do you feel like sometimes predicting a team like that to be good in the season, do you feel like it's a confidence thing where you're like, okay, like I see where they can go 8 wins, but you don't really want to just outright say it because you like, it's been too many times where they haven't got there.
I think you need a mixture of three things.
I'm an Illinois fan, so before Brett Bielema, it was like, man, I wanted them to get 6 wins, 7 wins, but
it was Memphis.
Even under Brett Bielema at times, it was like
it was Memphis Bleak, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, we can, but at the same time, I don't know.
Yeah, it was certainly Memphis Bleak, and I think they might be running behind. Yeah, I think they're running behind. So yeah, it was definitely Memphis Bleak. Did he talk to any of you guys? The not Royal, but the guy with him. He didn't. Okay. We might gotta
I got you.
yeah, we gotta track him down. See if we're still good. If not, then we gotta we gotta find out. But anyways, I think it takes three things. I think you need construction of your roster, whether you built it via the portal or you built it via high school recruits. I think you need culture. I think it takes amazing culture when you look at a team. You need luck as it pertains to the ball rolling the right way, or as it pertains to injuries, like staying healthy. Like I think those are the most important things when you look at a team. So that's why we look at a team and say, wow, it's hard to gauge. Like a team like Stanford, right? New head coach and Tavita Pritchard, right?
Yeah.
We know that they're making the right moves. Andrew Luck is a GM there, a guy who really believes in Stanford. But how long will we get ROI? You know what I'm saying? A return on the investment. So it's really difficult. That's where I just heard somebody call my name. But it's really difficult to gauge teams. So I'm with you there 100%.
Yeah. Was there any more teams you was interested in seeing from that day 2 slate that we got? Because I'm actually Syracuse, Louisville, Virginia Tech.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Cool.
Ciao. Yeah, do your thing. All right, bet. Do your thing. So I'm about to say, if you want to go to Chow Tail too now, you good, bro.
Oh, I can
you
do
good.
10 minutes.
Appreciate it.
I kind of wanted to play
Let's do it.
I was going to do interview now, or interview later, and maybe wish we could interview again later or something like that.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
With Demetres, Scottie, Rodgers, and Drew.
Great question.
I didn't want to start bitch cut because I ain't want to cut any of them. But
No. For me, my favorite interview every year is Scottie Rodgers.
have you talked to him every year?
Not every year, but last year was the first time at Big 12 Media Days. After that, it's just been like you see it's working.
Yeah.
So we saw him at Big 12 Media Days. We saw him here, and when he seen us at American, he was like it was like one of those things. Like, okay, I see what y'all doing, and that's why he always says it every interview. Keep grinding, y'all gonna get y'all break. So every year it's him because he's one of the few people where most interviews. I'm gonna be completely transparent with you. I'm so prepared this college football season. I've done the work. I'm live 3 days a week. Just my show alone. You had College Football Showdown, you had Overreaction Monday, and I get invited to a bunch of shows. So I'm live up to about 5 or 6 times a week. I am prepared. I've already done the work. So I used to do all of this prepping for an interview.
Yeah.
And to me, that messes me up. Now I want to have great conversations with you on what Scottie Rodgers. I'm not doing no preparation. It's because when I talk to him, talking to an uncle, you know what I'm saying? Like talking to a minister, talking to a pastor, because that's the type of conversations we have. It's gospel every time. So he's such a good conversationalist. I promise you, I may have asked 3 or 4 questions in the last 15 minutes. Because he's that good of a so. He will always be. And then Dabo Swinney interrupts that interview. Like, come on, bro. So, yeah, for me, he will. Nobody can ever interview better than him because he get it from the people level. Look at us. We look different from everybody else in here.
Yeah.
So, I think from that perspective, he's rooting for us, and it's genuine. Like anything, hit me up. He said, "Oh yeah, send him the clip." So yeah, I'm gonna send him the clip. So yeah, nothing to be better than him. But everybody we both interviewed yesterday have been outstanding. Mr. Epps, I learned a lot about him. But the constant thing that I see from everybody, especially from these executives, if you need anything, contact me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to contact David Epps. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Cotton Bowl, we're already invited to. At least for the Big 12 side. I got to let Scottie Rodgers know about the playoffs. So now we're going to start. So everything is about building. It's about expanding it and building your connections and building your contacts.
I'm trying to interview you right now. What's your favorite things about interviews? And what's your favorite thing to learn about somebody when you interview?
My favorite thing to learn about somebody
different, but
is how'd you found a sport, right?
Yeah.
My dad is an encyclopedia. I'll admit it on here. I can't touch my dad with sport. I can't. As much as I know.
I can, but my dad wouldn't admit it.
Nah, I can't. My dad, especially
Well, basketball. Football, I can.
NFL basketball. I'm not. Now college is different, but like
Yeah.
I can't. My dad will remember a score or a game, and he'll remember the stats or a key play. Like
My dad be forgetting where his keys is, but I remember one day I said, "Yeah, y'all hired Marcus Freeman as y'all defense coordinator." He was like, "The linebacker at Ohio State." I was like, "My mom was like, man, how you remember that, but you can't remember your keys?" Is?"
So
weird.
When you think about it, we were born into this.
Yeah.
Like we didn't choose it; it chose us. It chose our dads. Dads handed it down to us. Me and my dad, only same team we like is the Wizards, and he a fake Wizards fan. So I can't even say he like the. Now he like the Wizards. Now we got AJ DeMassa, but but being real, like I like to find out how people got involved with it. Like you know what I'm saying. My parents put a ball in my hand, but I was saying let's go Warriors, like 1.5.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know your dad a Cowboys fan. The last Super Bowl came on VHS tape.
Yeah, I hate the Cowboys, bro. I can't stand them, but that's what we gonna always say. Y'all won 4. He said, this is what we always say. This is what we get me. He said, y'all done won one of them, son. One of them. We'd talk differently about them, but y'all lost all 4. I'm like, man. So I've been dealing with trolls all my life.
See,
man.
my dad a little different.
Yeah.
He would troll me because LeBron used to be good and everything. Now LeBron old and washed up. But every time the Celtics have made it to the playoffs, since they got Tatum, we kind of go, AJ, I'm rooting for y'all. Like, I don't want to hear it. And then, like, we lose. I remember we lost to the Warriors. He was like, y'all gonna get back there though. I'm like, man, I ain't really trying to even hear. He not even trolling. He being so serious, but I don't even want to hear from you. Like,
Right. So so that's how I like to hear it. And then the more you ask people, you find out that, hey, Mr. Rodgers, he's from Alabama. Said he's never was athletic but loved sports.
Yeah.
Mr. David Epps, his dad worked at Bobby Dodd, so he was 3-year-old following his dad around. So
yeah, because for me it was like I don't know whether what made me like gravitate towards college football. I guess it was just like kind of what I say in basketball. It's like I don't know why like people don't watch basketball. Like to me, it's like basketball was just basketball. Like,
you're great at college basketball. I'm kind of mad we don't do that anymore, but let me tell you, I enjoyed the first season we did it. Then I saw a transfer report. I said, no, I will not. I need to become better at my craft. I will not do this again.
Like it was kind of like I feel like college football. The reason I like college football is I like basketball. It's like to me, like people will hate on high school basketball and college, but they're like, oh, it's slower than an NBA game.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, it was like basketball was just basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It was good defense, trying to put the ball in the bucket. It didn't matter about if this offense looked good, this game was slow and everything. It was just basketball. I know buckets gonna happen. I know defense gonna happen. I don't really care. Same with football. I was like, I guess it was just that. Going to my cousin games when I was little. Him playing in we had a thing called JFL. Basically just like Pee Wee football and everything. Him playing in 5th grade and 6th grade, and I'm going to games. I'm in 3rd grade, 2nd grade, and everything like that. Following him around, going to his practices, practicing with them and everything. I guess kind of just going outside. I was always small. I was playing with my cousins and everything.
Right.
So it was always like
playing up helps you the most, man.
Yeah, and it was always like a thing where, I guess like on Saturdays, like I just became a fan. Like I just remember watching Juice Williams and the Nathan Shieldhouse and Mikael Shore.
There'll never be nobody better than Nathan Shieldhouse, right?
No. I don't care what Luke Almar did. I don't care. He won 2 bowl games. Nathan Shieldhouse won 2 bowl games. But I guess that's just the reason. And like that was always the thing for me. Like me and my cousin being younger, even though he was always older than me. It's the same because I said that made me become a Celtics fan and everything. When I went to his practices and stuff, like he always tell me, "Oh yeah, you heard about this player, you heard about this player." We played video games, college football. We didn't like pocket passes, so if we got a pocket pass team, we put the cornerback, somebody like that, quarterback.
Wow.
Run option on. Yeah, like that was just our thing. But like that was just what we did. We didn't. I don't know, like I never look at like a sports like, oh man, it's bad offense. I don't care to watch. Shoot, good high school, a good high school game is a good high school game. I don't care. That's not NFL. Like,
right.
I don't care that it's not NBA. It's a good high school game. It's a good high school game. I don't know. A good player.
You watch a lot of sports.
Yeah.
You keep up with the NBA. Crazy with college basketball. You watch a lot of high school sports, high school football.
Yeah, I told you in the
how do you manage it?
I don't know. I just
That's
find
a lot.
I just find time when I find it. And, like it's like football. It's like okay, NBA. It's like college football can't be on all 7 days.
Right.
It's on one day. NFL is on one day. So basketball, okay. I try to watch a lot of Celtics games. At least one game each time we play each team. So I get a good. Then I watch a couple of national TV games and everything. Especially on like opening week. College basketball is just like college basketball is a little different.
Right.
I try to find the ranked games throughout the week and see about those. If I watch the teams multiple times and I feel like it's a bad matchup, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm like, okay, it's a ranked game, but it'd be a blowout. I don't really care to watch it. But if it's two top teams and I'm like, oh man, this could be an upset or this could be a really good game, I'm gonna tune into that one. But I try to I mainly go for the ranked games, and then some teams are unranked playing ranked teams, and I feel like okay, this team though they put up a fight against this team. I'm gonna watch that game. Or at least I'm gonna keep up with the score, and if the score is close, I'm gonna tune into the game. But that's honestly how I do it. Then like did you know DeMar Bowman had a son that played basketball? He's like one of the top ranked players in the class of like 2020, I think 7.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is he still in the DMV?
Oh, I don't know actually.
He's from the DMV.
Yeah, but his son is highly touted basketball player. Marcus
I didn't know
Spears
that.
is a highly touted
Yeah,
basketball
I knew
player.
Marcus Spears because it's
Actually, his son is
recent.
the number 1 ranked player, I think.
Yeah, that's interesting because I'm not. So you arrive to campus,
Yeah.
For winter workouts and then spring camp. I don't give a damn what you're doing. I don't care.
Yeah. Then with college football, it's like one day a week.
Right.
I don't care about Thursday night football games.
Well, then you get that time in October where we have Maction.
You got the Maction.
Fun Belt,
Yep.
USA, and we're getting games.
Yeah, then even like the Big 12 have Friday games. I've always watched over my dad this past season and everything. That's really kind of how I balance it and everything. And then it's like I get free time at work. I watch some stuff at work.
I hope your boss ain't watching this. Really, Jalen?
I mean, during March Madness, I was watching shit. Cause I think she was off during one day, and her son asked what did he think I was doing at work? He asked what did she think I was doing at work? She was like, oh, you probably watching basketball.
Oh wow,
that's cool. Cause I had March Madness up on both monitors. So it's cool because on other times I got my work stuff just in case somebody do come in and need help. I'm like, okay, I can do this still. I honestly I don't I guess it's like my dad being a Bears fan. Growing up watching Devin Hester,
my apologies. Yep.
Seeing all the highlight plays, like my cousin telling me, "Oh, you gotta watch this player. You gotta watch." Like I remember telling me about Mark Ingram. That was a kid. I'm like, okay, I gotta watch Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram. I feel like that's kind of what's like watching the players, and it made me fall in love with the teams too. And it just grew into like the game. Like okay, like
we got Eddie Royal on the way now.
Okay, but yeah, that was the thing. Like. Yeah, that's what made me fall into the game. I didn't want to get this into conversation about me. But I feel like
no. We asked, so it matters.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got the guy coming. Go ahead, let him sit here. Hey man. Yeah. Nice to meet you, man. My name Kevin. Everybody call me the governor, man. You can sit right here, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man. How you doing, brother? We are live, just to let you know we're live right now.
Are we live?
Yeah, we live.
I'm taking my time.
Hey, man, how you been, brother? How you doing?
Doing good. Long days, right? But hey, you getting to talk football. My fault. Good.
All right, so I like to ask everybody pretty much the first question, whether you're an executive or analyst or former player, how did you get introduced to the sport?
To the sport?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm the youngest of 7 kids, right? And so I have 4 brothers, and it was all football in my house, so I had no choice, right? I was a little baby running around trying to keep up with my older brothers, and it just so happened that
I was good at football, right? And I just wanted to be around them. So I was always playing with kids older than me. So then when I got to play against kids my age, I'm like, man, it's kind of easy, right? And so I just fell in love with it. The family aspect of it. Met some of my best friends in Pop Warner, football ankle biters we used to call it. And yeah, to this day, man, my core group of best friends all came from that first football team that I was on.
Wow, that's amazing to hear. And you think about the years and the fact that y'all all kept it close like that. That's what's up. Talk to me about your time in Blacksburg, brother.
Man, look, where do we start, right? Like, I actually was just at dinner last night with Coach Beamer, my coach at Virginia Tech. Yeah, Frank Beamer. Yeah. And so the fact that, man, him recognizing, seeing me from high school and giving me the opportunity to come and play at Virginia Tech meant a lot to me, right? And so I was thankful for the opportunity to be recognized as one of the best players in the state because I was a guy who wanted to represent Virginia. And I took a lot of pride being from Virginia. So I knew that I wanted to stay in state, and Virginia Tech was the best option for me. So that's where it started, and it helped that my sister was already at Virginia Tech. And so getting there, my freshman year, I told Coach Beamer, I was like, I want to play. Like during the recruiting process, like I don't want a red shirt. Like I want to come in and play right away. That was always my mindset. And so I was able to start my freshman year. And just being able to come in and make an impact that first year meant a lot to me. Having my mom be able to drive to every game. It just, the whole atmosphere around Virginia Tech was family oriented. The fan base, diehard fans, they packed out Lane Stadium every Saturday. Night games were amazing. Still the best atmosphere, football atmosphere I've ever been in. It was a night game at Lane Stadium. So, man, the journey was amazing, being able to win a couple ACC championship games, too, right? To come to a school in state and to help elevate it just meant the world to me and leave it better than you found it.
Oh, I love that aspect. I actually seen Coach Beamer. I went to the ACC Kickoff Challenge between Virginia Tech and South Carolina. Frank Beamer was there chilling, man. He's just and I know it got to be amazing for him to see his son doing it now with South Carolina. So that's pretty cool. So talk to me about this night, maybe back in like '08. Why you do your boy like that? Like, you don't say he's a former Virginia Tech guy, D'Angelo Hall.
Oh, my Lord.
Hey, you did him dirty, man.
Look, the crazy part, and I told D Hall this, before that, I'm watching tape all summer knowing that we got to play them. And I'm like, man, this is the best DB I done ever played against. Because in my rookie year, and I'm like, he's a Pro Bowler. I know what he meant at Virginia Tech. I looked up to him being. We didn't play together. He left the year I was coming in.
Because you got there in 04, and I think he was already gone. Yeah.
So when I'm watching Virginia Tech, he's the guy out there making all the plays. He's the guy out there shutting everybody down. So I knew, I'm like, man, I'm about to play against the best guy that I have ever played against.
And Namdi was on the other side as well.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, and Brandon Marshall was our number one receiver. I'm a rookie. Brandon Marshall wasn't playing that game. So it was like, shoot. And it was Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football, yeah.
In the black hole at an away game versus the Raiders. I'm like, all of this is happening. It made me prepare unlike I've ever prepared for anything in my life.
Really?
I knew every route I ran had to be the best route I've ever run. Because you misstep, he's there. It was so many. I knew I had to be on my game against him because he was so good and he had such good ball skills. I mean, D Hall rocked up. He ran a 4.3, jumps a 40-inch vertical. There was no weakness to his game. So I had to play my best game. And it was almost like I had to forget the name on the back of the jersey.
Right.
I had to block that out because you can psych yourself out if you get too caught up in the who's on the other side of you. And so it was one of them things that, like, man, you got to forget it and just go play football. And, yeah, we had a great game plan. The scheme was great. And we had a lot of double moves, which I know you like. But, man, it was a good day. It was a fun day competing against them, man. And, yeah, that's my brother.
Yeah, 8 catches, $164 in the tutty, man. That was one hell of a game.
You know, the one thing that I remember about that game was that I had 2 touchdowns that game. One of them got called back, and it was my own fault. I lined up a little bit too far off the line. So on that play, I was supposed to be on the line of scrimmage. But before that, going against Nnamdi Asomugha, if they don't know, y'all need to find out.
Yeah,
he's one of the
real
best.
deal. Yeah.
Real, long arms, good at the line of scrimmage. So my old school vet, Daryl Jackson, told me, like, yo, the trick, tell the ref you on the line and then take one step back to
So
give
you
you some
off
more
off that-
space at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
So I was like, okay. He a vet, he can do that. I'm a rookie. The
Right.
ref really watching me.
Right.
Like, this kid don't know what he's doing. So I did it. He said I was on the line. I took a step back. Like, all right, we good. Run a route, score a touchdown. Nobody celebrated. I'm like, what? It's a flag on the play. I come to the sideline. Coach Shanahan, like, you weren't on the ball, right? I was like, yeah, Coach, I was on the ball. I was not on the ball. That little step I thought I took back was a huge,
It was a huge step. You just needed some room to get them up off you.
That's them nerves as a rookie, right?
Yeah.
Good
Wow.
times.
So talk to me about the kind of the difference or the disparity between playing the game and now, as an analyst, now you're talking the game. I know you miss it. I know sometimes you're like, man, I can suit up. I can run a couple more routes. I can get busy in the return game. Talk to me about the differences between those two.
Yeah, I think it helps a lot because I know where they're coming from. There's a lot of times you see people on TV and they're talking about people and they're too hard on them because they haven't been there. They haven't been in those shoes. And you see a guy drop a pass. I've been there, right? And I can relate. So I understand that feeling, and nobody is more sick than the guy that dropped the pass. So I know that when I'm analyzing these guys and I'm thinking about it, I look at he dropped the pass, but how did he react to that the next play? Because I know that your confidence could be shot like that.
Right.
But then for him to make a play after that, I will highlight that. Hey, yeah, he might have dropped the pass, but he came back and made a play. That shows mental toughness there. So it's little things that I try to look for to try to give these guys more credit because nowadays they're under more pressure than ever. Social media, they're getting paid, which is great, but it adds pressure to you because the expectation is higher. Everybody know what you're making. And this kid getting $1 million, he need to make that play. He's still a kid.
He's still a
right?
kid, right.
People forget that they're, 18, 19, 20 years old. You haven't figured anything out. You're getting paid like an adult, but you still don't know how to manage things, how to manage your emotions. So I try to take that into account when I'm on TV talking about guys.
I like that, and I'm sure the players appreciate that as well because it's different when, like you said, you've been in those shoes.
Right.
You know what that feels like. That's amazing. Let's play a game, brother. I'm gonna name a team. Tell me the first few thoughts that come to mind.
Okay.
Let's start with Florida State.
Redemption.
Ooh.
Tradition. I'm going to say it. Came to mind. Disappointment.
Yes.
I'm going to leave it at that.
You gonna leave it at that?
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Let's talk about Virginia Tech.
Excitement, belief, energy, family. Shoot. 2 words, go time.
Go
right?
time.
Go time.
Miami.
Big dog, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
right.
the, like
Right.
just intimidator, angry, competitor, fierce, explosive. Man, every word you want to be your team to be described by, like, that's Miami at this point. Locked in, focused, like they got it.
Alrighty, and last one, SMU.
Man, speed, intelligent, sleeper.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
All right, Eddie Royal, I truly appreciate your time,
Yeah, it
brother.
was fine.
Yes, sir. We will.
Appreciate you.
Hopefully, we'll get in contact
Yeah,
with
run
my
past
guy here
me.
or Amanda, and then we'll be at SEC. No, you cover the ACC. My apologies.
shit.
You won't be. You
We'll
won't be there.
link
My
up
bad.
at some time.
We'll link up
Yeah,
at some
yeah,
point,
yeah.
brother. You have a good one, man.
You too.
All right. Hey, appreciate you, brother. That was fun, man. Talking to Eddie Royal, he talked about that night that he had back in September of 2008, where he torched one of his old running mates at Virginia Tech. A really great conversation. I love some of the verbiage he used when I asked for him to utilize adjectives to explain the team. That was really fun. We had a fun stream today. Been live for 3 hours. We may end up going live again at some point. As I always like to say, there's no more victories in a sport that survive in the fans. That's why college football has the greatest regular season. Until next time, you all take care. Make sure you guys stay tuned in, stay locked in. Shout out to CFB Nation. Shout out to everybody, man. This has been a blast. Shout out to the ACC as well. We will have more content coming for you shortly. You all take care. Governor of college football, we're going to recap ACC. Two great defensive minds. They have to be better on that side of the